Just out of curiosity, German, have you started that book yet at all?
No. I'll
Oh,
do it like during work. So I just this week I just didn't have time at all.
that's fine. I was curious.
Yeah, yeah.
I
Just got
finished the
yeah.
book. So
Well, you finished reading it or listening to it?
I finished reading. Yeah,
Okay.
Wait, there's another book involved now? What's happening?
No, it's the same one.
this is the one he returned to me. Yeah,
Then how did he read it?
Me? Oh, because it's an audiobook right now.
yeah.
Oh, see, I did not know this. I was like, what the fuck? How could he read a book that he has no possession of?
I was gonna listen to it in audiobook form.
No. Well, yeah, you can only listen to audiobooks.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Can't read them.
Yeah, it's true. Unless there's subtitles or something, or like a description. Then you could read the description.
Yeah.
Or not description, the closed caption, I guess, right?
Yeah, imagine you get an audiobook and you turn on the subtitles.
Yeah, I mean, that would work.
And you turn the sound off.
Because you're deaf, but you can't read.
Oh man. So it's been a minute, listeners. Sorry, it was kind of chaos. We totally forgot plans that everyone had. It was Father's Day, so it's like a week and a half, I guess, is kind of how this episode's coming out. I don't know. I'll figure it out.
Something like that.
Yeah, something like that. Either
Did
way.
we postpone? We postponed?
No, we what did
We
do?
did it early last week, a day early.
Yeah, it was. I don't even know what happened, to be honest. I just know that I got it out the next day. Like we recorded Thursday and I posted it on Friday.
Okay.
Yeah, like I busted my ass to get it out that day. But I guess technically we are missing a week just because we didn't record that Friday.
Okay.
Because I had to leave.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So basically, yeah, these guys are gonna be missing a week, I guess. Thought it was a week and a half,
So how was the Micro Center?
I was good, dude. Yeah, super duper busy because it was the last day of their sale, of their grand opening sale.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
That started on May 30th, and the last day was Father's Day. So I'm sure those workers were like, fuck, like, are you kidding me? Last day, Father's Day? I even told the cashier, I was like, man, you guys must be happy this is the last day of the sale, right? And he's like, oh, I don't know. I don't even know like when the sale ends. And I'm like, well, it's today. I'm like, because today's Father's Day. And he's like,
Otherwise,
oh,
I would
man.
ask you if you're happy it's last day. Yeah.
Yeah. And he's like, oh man, you're right. I'm like, yeah, you guys have been having a sale since you opened. He's like, oh man. So yeah, I'm sure they're like disillusioned and fucking, well, they're they don't even know what reality is right now. So it's just like, I just want this to stop. So yeah, I'm sure it's like a lot quieter now, but hella good deals there, dude. If you're in our Discord, you guys have seen that I got myself a 27-inch monitor, curved. I didn't necessarily want curved, but it's pretty cool. Like I kind of see the appeal of it. It's not insanely curved. It's not like it would only make a difference if it was really wide. You know what I mean? Like you're like really surrounded.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's 180 hertz, 1440p, HDR. I don't even know what else. I can go like 240 hertz if I do only 1080p.
Oh dang.
Yeah, I'm like, that's a lot. But yeah, like I've been just like testing games and stuff, like what's it like to see beyond 60 frames per second, you know?
Yeah.
And it's pretty nuts. I see the light. It's hard to go back, but right now my monitor is running at 60 though, because I decided to put my two old monitors on both sides of this thing. And obviously you can't span them. I mean, you can just make the middle one stay the same, but I want games to span the entirety of the three monitors, so it forces them into the highest of the lowest monitor. So they're all at 60 frames, and it's a ridiculous number. It's like 2560 by 1080p. It's a weird.
Jeez.
It's a weird number.
Yeah.
And then I was like, man, like because I want to start streaming again. I'm like, if I stream, like I still want this to be these three monitors. How am I going to look at OBS? And I was like, there's a perfectly good TV in my garage that has been receiving no attention for almost 2 years. And I was like, fuck it. And I brought it in and I mounted it above the three monitors. And that one's taking the HDMI on my graphics card. And yeah, it's fucking so much overkill. I can't even like explain to y'all, like this is so unnecessary. But
how big is that TV? It looks like it's like a 40-inch, 50-inch.
55 inches.
Jeez.
And it's a 4K TV. But I have it
Nice.
running. Oh no, I do have it running at 4K right now. Yeah. Yeah. So we'll see what I get out of this. Yeah, I think my OBS is just gonna sit up there. But now I'm like, how am I gonna look at chat? Because I'm not gonna like tweak my neck to go look at chat.
Mhm.
So I'm probably just gonna do that with the iPad down here. But it's crazy. And then I got myself a 2 terabyte NVMe drive, and good God, I now experience what Jessie experiences on her computer because her main drive is NVMe, and man, both times are like non-existent.
Yeah.
Pretty crazy.
I've been playing No Man's Sky. I got an NVMe as well, and holy crap!
Whoa,
Even
dude,
from SSD,
the
like
intro,
yeah,
usually like starting a new game or even just loading the game, like you're looking at that Starfield for a couple minutes,
mm-hmm.
and with an like a regular SSD, maybe just under a minute.
Yeah, that sounds about right. And then NVMe, it's like 15 seconds.
Yeah, it's like what?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty nuts. But yeah, I think the 3 spanning monitors will mostly benefit games like that, like No Man's Sky, Elite Dangerous, American Truck Simulator, simulation type games. Because I tried playing like Doom on it, and it didn't feel like it benefited me to see on my right and my left that much.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't think first person shooters will benefit from that. So simulation games, and then besides that, I'll just be playing on the main monitor. But yeah, Micro Center was dope. I took a picture of all the females that were waiting for their husbands.
That was great. Yeah.
Yeah, I posted it on Reddit and it blew up. I was like, whoa, I didn't really think it was going to garner that much attention. But people were like, now they can see how it feels. You know, they're like,
you're at a shoe store or something.
Yeah. What was great to hear though is a lot of people were like, fuck that. My wife walks around with me and checks shit out. I'm like, that's awesome. Like, that's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Jessie walked around with me a little bit. I feel like she felt out of place, and I kind of like after I picked my parts, I was just kind of like, okay, let's like go see what you want to go look at. And it took her a second, and she browsed the like keyboards and stuff. She did end up buying like some of those like beanbaggy wrist support thingies for the mouse and for the keyboard.
Okay, yeah.
Seeing if those work for her because I need to figure out her setup. It's so weird and wonky over there. And she took my 42-inch TV that I was using as a monitor originally.
Okay.
So she took that. So it's her fault I have this set up right now. Because I was just going to have my new monitor straight ahead of me and then that 42-incher above me for multitasking. And I was going to give her the other two 1080p monitors. I was going to give her that shit. But she was like, what do I need 2 monitors for? I'm like, you don't know? Like, try it. And she was just like, no, let me have that TV. Let me check out the TV. I mount it. She sits in front of it. And she's like, yeah, this is pretty good. I'm like, okay. And then I was like, well, I guess I'm like, what am I going to do? And I just had like it looked so small, this 27-inch after having that 42-inch. I was like, yeah, my desk feels so empty. Like everything looks so tiny. So yeah, it's her fault that I started adding monitors. No,
I mean, it looks cool as hell, but I'm just like, I mean,
you need to sit in front of this, German.
I'm not gonna say like overkill because it's like,
there's no such thing.
Yeah, because I'm like, yeah,
I mean, I can find uses for everything.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. It's like Chris said, there is no such thing as overkill. So like, definitely, you're like, yeah, this works. But I was like, God damn, that's a lot, dude. I'm like, but since I started using 2 screens, and one of them's a TV, one of them's a, I don't know, 36-inch or I don't know, 46-inch TV. Even that, I'm like, fuck, I still need some more space for screens, you know, for Windows and shit, you know.
Right.
Sometimes you always feel like you could always have one more thing open, you know, to make things easier, right?
Yeah, this is more for multitasking. Like, yeah, and then some games. Like I said, the 3 monitors set up mostly for simulation games. I almost kind of want to sign up for Game Pass just to do Flight Simulator again.
Oh man,
just to see how that feels because I love playing that game.
Well, especially since you have a 40 series card too, that'll run it real well, I assume.
It should, yeah. I mean, it ran pretty good on the 2060. Even I had some like low RTX stuff on, but that was a while ago. I don't know how much they added to the game, and I'm sure the 2060 would struggle like a motherfucker now.
Yeah.
But yeah. Anyways, how about you guys? What's going on with y'all?
Well, like I mentioned, I had been reading a lot this week. I finished the book. For those that don't know, it's a book called Primeverse, written by one of my longest and closest friends, older brother. and it was actually, I think I had miscalculated when I first read it because I looked at it the other day and I saw it said copyright 2019. It's like, what? No, it's got to be older than that, right? But I think what might have happened was my friend had gotten like an advanced copy of it or something, and so I probably got it in like early 2018. Because I could
Oh,
have sworn I had it when I was still in Tahoe. I could be wrong, but I thought I did. But yeah, excellent book. I it Everything came back to me pretty quickly once I started reading it. I was talking to Bonnie, talked to her a few times throughout reading it and everything. And then I was looking up to see the next book to buy it,
mhm.
and I saw that they have a book that's all three books in one.
Hmm.
So I might buy that for Bonnie
That's the
instead
one
of
I was
sending
telling you
this to
about
her.
that I saw when we were looking it up
Yeah,
last week.
yeah. So I might buy that for her as a like belated birthday present or something. Just so we don't have to worry about constantly sending the books back and forth to each other and everything. And
Mhm.
then yeah, if German wants to continue, doing the audiobooks or whatever, then yeah, we can all talk about those. And I think you'll enjoy it, German. Once you get into it, I think you'll
Oh,
get
sure.
get
No,
into it.
yeah, I got, well, you know me, I got nothing against books or stories. It's just
Yeah,
hard for me to read. So if someone reads it
yeah.
to me, like, hell yeah. I'm like, oh.
But yeah,
I think you should
audio would
ship
be
it
perfect.
like
What?
the mac and cheese. I think you should ship it.
Absolutely. I'll ship the audiobook to German.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
um,
Um, hmm.
but yeah, no, it's
Record it onto an audio cassette.
yeah.
And then at the end of side A, record yourself saying, what is it? What did they used to say?
This is the end
Please.
of side A. Please
Yeah,
Yeah.
flip to
please
slide
turn it
B.
over or something like that.
Yeah,
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 yeah. Please turn the tape over.
yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, that's another thing that should have been in that little skit that you
Right?
showed us in Discord, where it's like 80s and 90s kids thing.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, y'all will
Oh
never
man.
know B side.
Yep.
Like, it's a reason it's
B-side,
called B
yeah.
side, bro. You had to flip, you had to flip the audio cassette.
Or when you accidentally started on B side. Oh, that was awkward.
You know what was funny about that?
Oh man,
Speaking
you're
of
like, hey, what the fuck is going on?
like
I did
okay,
used to
so
listen to audiobooks on audio cassette.
so tapes, yeah, I had A side, B side, right? But then you also have Señor Bacon's making fun of us for being 80s babies. Um but no, you also had freaking like CDs or DVDs, right? That you're like side A, side one or side two. And for some reason, me being fucking dumb and shit, I was always like, wait, is side one when it looks up or is side one when it looks down? Get what I'm saying? So I'd be
Yeah.
like, you would think you'd look at it and you put it face down. So I'd put it face down and it'd be, part two or something. Like, God damn it. So you
Mhm.
had to stop and flip it over again. So for the tapes, I never did that though. With the tapes, it was, to me, I guess it just made sense that whatever side you're looking at was the side that's playing, because there was always a
Yeah.
little window, right, where you could see what, how much
Yes.
tape was left or whatnot.
Yeah, that made
But
sense
with
for cassettes. Yeah, I don't know where DVDs and stuff, double-sided ones. That
But you
did
get what I'm saying.
confuse me
You've
too.
seen them,
Yeah.
right? Yeah,
Oh
yeah.
Mhm.
I
yeah,
was
yeah.
always like, which
Mhm.
one do I go? Which one? I was like, fuck, is it up or down? Like, fuck, and I would always put it down. And to me, in my brain, it made sense to look at the side you want and put it down. But I guess it's the opposite. So,
And I was always so like nervous to handle those
oh, the
because
double
you hear
sided.
about them getting scratched, yeah, and everything. It's like,
Yeah,
oh my gosh, I can't even touch it. I can't even breathe on it. I can't do anything. I
right.
have to like,
Yeah, they were always kind of scared. We got scared big time into like not fucking it up, even though like you could resurface them, right? And
yeah.
To a
they
So
were
certain
eventually
extent,
they came out
to a
with those
certain extent,
kits.
sure.
because you're
Yeah, they came
grinding
out with
that
those.
plastic away.
Yeah. To an extent, absolutely. There's some newer stuff too that actually like kind of like adds some more plastic
Disc
to it or some
Doctor.
shit like that.
Disc Doctor, remember that?
Yeah,
Yes, yeah, it was that
who
little
didn't
kid that
have
had
it?
I
This
had
the
that shit.
yep.
Who didn't? But yeah, this doctor you sprayed a little thing on it and then you just kind of rub plastic like you said. But there's some newer machines that actually add like some plastic back to it or some shit like
Well,
that.
remember toothpaste would fill in the
Yeah,
gaps?
yeah, I did.
Yeah.
I did that. I don't think it works, but does it work?
Yeah.
It does. All right.
It kind of, if it was a bad scratch, it wouldn't do great.
Yeah.
But
Just
it,
small
it
stuff.
for small stuff, it worked well. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
but
I
what's
remember
funny
you could
about
go
that?
to video library,
Yeah,
and they would do it for you for free there.
free, really. I think they were supposed to charge. You probably didn't care.
Oh, I don't know. I did have a friend that worked there, but
There you go.
Yeah, I remember there was a couple small gaming places where I grew up. They did that too. Like, oh, bring your scratches in, we'll fix it either for a small fee or for free or whatever. They mostly for video games and stuff, but yeah, they would do CDs and stuff as well. So
Yeah, like Senor Bacon just said, GameStop probably did it too. GameStop used to be such a different store when it first opened up. Now
it used to be
they've been
GameStop.
Yeah, right now you walk in and it's knickknack. It's a knickknack store now with some games. You know,
Yeah.
it truly has changed.
It's now called Games Stop.
Yeah. Well, dude, you remember the old school power to the player? That was the store to go to, man. Like anything that was video game related, video game related, like actual not plushies, not collectibles. It was like if you needed controllers
Yeah.
and adapters and all kinds of, like, they fucking had it. You know, third
Mhm.
party supplies, first party supplies. They had all that shit, dude. And but yeah,
Time in hands
time in hands. Yes, no
to
shit.
the moon.
I made a little bit of money during that time that I did. But what doesn't say something about Luis Umron? But yeah, like it wasn't until like later on that I realized that the info is not on the fucking plastic itself. It's in the fucking the layer beneath the plastic.
Yeah, the sheet,
The film, whatever you want to call it. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
What the fuck is
So,
it? No, not plastic.
aluminum or
Aluminum.
tin or some shit. Yeah, whatever it is. But yeah, and I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. I'm like, all right, all right.
Aluminium.
But yeah, you were scared to touch those CDs, man. And what was funny is
Mhm.
we roughhoused the shit out of fucking cassettes, right? But
Oh,
CDs and
yeah.
DVDs, you're like, oh no, be careful.
I know that magnetic tape was way more delicate than,
Oh,
than
dude.
discs.
But yeah, when that was cassette tape ate your thing and it was all crinkled up, you rolled it all up and it still fucking played, you know?
It still worked, but it was like
Yeah.
on some parts. It
Sometimes,
would sound all
yeah.
crazy.
Uh-uh.
It's like the cassette was having a stroke or something.
Yeah.
Mhm.
What about you, German?
Just been playing some Metal Gear. Like I said on the Discord, you can restart. You can't redo any mission, but it will overwrite your checkpoint. So unfortunately, I had completed the last checkpoint, right? And I got the little loading or the saving screen, right? And I didn't push A because I didn't want to see any cutscenes. I said I got the thing. I exited the game or some shit. Then when I went to go load an old, go do level 1 again, just to kind of grind for points and just to see what I missed and stuff like that. It's like, it's gonna roll right. I said, yeah, that's fine because I already have it unlocked. No, it didn't fucking unlock it, I guess, until you load the next cutscene. So I had to beat mission, what was it, 5 or 4 all over again just to start this week's checkpoint. So
Okay.
so I've been playing a lot of codecs. I've been playing a lot of Metal Gear. I've been doing a lot of codec calls. I actually had some notes written down. This is the first time I've written notes in a long time. There's a lot of cool shit in the codec. There's a lot of good shit in this game. And for me, obviously, it's my first time playing it, like Chris. So I'm like just blown away by how much stuff there is in it. And I'm sure we've missed a lot of stuff in some of the other games too. Like we've covered codec calls and stuff, but there's always something to be said. Actually, there was something I was thinking about recently that I'm like, oh, I forgot about X, Y, and Z. And I was like, I'm surprised no one brought it up. But again, because these games have so much stuff in them, that it's impossible to go through it in one sitting, let alone, one little review, if you will, if we're kind of doing and stuff. So that's what I've been doing. Just that.
Nice.
That and a freaking busy ass week, man. This week killed me at work, dude. So I was tired as hell.
Well, you took a day off though.
I took an extra day off, yeah.
I hope.
But it still didn't make up. Yeah, like I didn't get home until like almost 8:30 on Sunday, and then like
Wow.
8 on Monday, and then Tuesday was just a shit show with our dispatchers.
I heard.
And then, yeah, then Tuesday was not too bad, but yes, I was like, yeah, there's an extra day off. It was well deserved. I made some OT. I was like, good, I'll take it.
At work, we have meetings every Wednesday, and everyone's bringing up the routing and blah blah this and that, and then German was said to me, he's like, we should just do our own fucking routing, dude. Like why are we dealing with them? We always have to tell them like, hey, you guys are fucking up. Like, cut out the middleman. Let's just do our own routing. And our manager was like talking at the moment, and I German didn't notice, but I was like raising my hand, just like waiting for him to like stop to like finish what he was saying. And then when he finished, he was like, hey, yeah, what's up, Luis? And I'm like, German had a brilliant idea. And then and then I just like faded away.
Threw one of the bus.
Yeah. German just like shook his head. He's like, no, I'm just saying, like, we should just do our own route because it's true. Like, why the fuck are we dealing with incompetent people when we have to do their jobs for them too? Like, we have to report them. Like, we have to report, look at this route. Why is it so fucked up?
This is wrong, or like,
why are
hey,
we
you're
doing their
wasting
job
time
for them?
here. Well, and it wasn't so much that like I wouldn't say that 100% they're incompetent. It's also like they said, oh, they're all new and blah blah blah. And it's like, cool, yeah, I get it, but like it's still stupid that we have to correct them or be like I said doing their job, right? But I just remember stories from, I think it was pre your time too, Luis, right, where you used to get your all the work was like
Paper route.
assigned. Yeah, in the morning, and they were like, "Here's your fucking list of jobs to do," and that was it. You just went and did them.
Oh yeah, pre-routing the
And
whole
now,
day. Yeah.
now we have to like wait for them to give you a job, and first sometimes it takes forever to give you a job, and then by the time you get it, you're already gonna be late to it. And you're like, "What the fuck?" And it's in Dayton, so you start driving to fucking Dayton. Halfway to Dayton, they take it away and say, "Never mind," turn back to Carson. You're like, "What the fuck are you guys doing?" It just kind of gets annoying. Especially I brought it up once to our big boss, which was like he's like, "Yeah, man, this is how it is. Unfortunately, this and that, but whatever." And I said,
That
"Look,
big
dude."
boss's boss? No, wait, that was
He-
boss.
he's our big
So,
boss, I
so
would
the
say.
next one can be big boss.
What was I gonna say? No, so the thing is like, well, I told him, I was like, "Hey, listen, it's not as it's not that I'm wasting my time, because you're getting paid. It's not that I'm wasting my gas. It's also that like we've been told that driving is like the most dangerous point, or whatever, the most dangerous situation for us to be in.
Right.
Like yeah, you can fall off a ladder and all that stuff, but when you're driving and stuff, like you're kind of in control of your own vehicle, and that's it. Like someone else could be drunk driving, someone else could run a red light, all that stuff. So I'm like, why are you making us do all this extra unneeded time, on the road?
Yeah, get us off the road.
Honestly, well, he told me before he was our big boss and he was safety. That's what he fucking said. He said, "I hate you guys. I don't want you guys on the road. It's just dangerous." And then all of a sudden, he's like, "Yeah, fucking back and forth all day long," or shit like that, or drive all the way out to freaking Silver Springs to do one job that was like a simple, remote swap or something dumb like that. And you're like, why the hell did I just drive an hour, plus just to do something that they could have done over the phone, Not the remote swap, but you get what I'm saying. But yeah, anyways, I've been playing some Metal Gear. I'm enjoying the shit out of this game. Like I said, I got a shitload of, not a shitload, but I got some cool notes, some little trivia that I didn't know was going to be in here. So yeah, whenever you're ready, we can dive into this one.
Hells yeah. All right, let's see if I can pull this off.
Okay.
Oh, what are you gonna say?
No. I was gonna say you are. I was gonna say, what did you do? But I remember what you did. You did it to that.
What did you do? Well, I got a new monitor. Just kidding. So last episode, I did the intro live with the music, and I forgot to do the outro with the music. I had that all planned out. So let's see if I can do it this time and I don't forget. I think I got it. Welcome back, everybody, to Codec Calls, a Metal Gear Saga podcast, where we discuss the Metal Gear games from 1987 all the way to the present in chronological release date order. I am one of your hosts, Noise, and I'm accompanied by my two less annoying ape-looking droids that I just wanted to murder this time.
The ape ones? I forgot what they're called already. God damn it.
I hate them. German, aka Riser.
Hey, guys.
And Chris, aka Blue Rhino Boss.
Howdy.
How did y'all fare with these checkpoints? Because as you could tell, I was not happy.
Go ahead, Chris. You go first.
The part just before the elevator got to me, or was it just after? I don't remember.
That whole part.
Yeah.
Like that,
because I wasn't sure.
No iframes. It feels like.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if we were supposed to try to beat those guys outside the windows. So I was like,
I
remember that first part. I was like trying to hit them, and like I was even using like the RPG, and the surface to air missile and everything like that. And it's like it's not locking on. I was like, why is it not locking on? And as soon as I like bust out the RPG, try to hit them,
they hit you.
They hit you, and it puts you in that stun animation. It's like, cool, I can't do anything. Like, what the heck? And so it took me a good like 2 or 3 minutes to figure out. Just move, just run.
Yeah.
Well, okay, so
I think Doctor even tells you that. He says like, don't try to kill everything, just go.
Yeah, and I said, fuck you, and I killed everything. It was hard. I thought I was going to get something cool for it. Unless you get a little, what do you call it, trophy or achievement or some shit, you don't get dick. And that kind of pissed me off. But
not even a little poop?
No, no. And Chris is right. So what was going on, Chris, is the fucking like railing. So some of the enemies would come up all the way up for you to fight. Some of them would just stay in the far back, the one with the rockets, and you can't go to them because there was like a that red wall that doesn't let you go force you, right?
The red visible wall.
You're right. Right. And so I was like, they gotta be killable. I'm like, no, I'm gonna fucking do this. I'm gonna kill them all. And so the first time, like you, Chris, my missiles would keep getting like quote unquote disappearing. It was so weird, but it was like that railing was a permanent fixture, and if you didn't if you weren't like literally above it, like so far ahead of it, your missiles would kind of explode on it, even though you were clearly not shooting at the railing at all. And you're right, they would hit you before you could even shoot off your goddamn rocket half the time. So I did die once there. And I was also fucking around. I was also kind of just trying combos and just trying to goof around a little bit with the ones that Luis hates, the ape ones. I'm trying to find their name right now in a minute. So
I don't know why I
did
struggle
die.
so hard with them on the elevator, dude. Like,
no, they're pretty tough, dude, for sure. So I did die there once, and I said, nope, I'm gonna do this. And Doc's like, don't got to kill, get on. I'm like, fuck you, Doc. And yeah, you did. So none of you guys killed all of them, right?
No.
no, I just ran.
So yeah. So you get a wave of soldiers, you get a wave of the fucking raven birds, and then you get a wave of the monkey looking ones, and then you get one big machine. And for that one, so when I first died, they actually destroyed the 2 turrets that were there. So I said, you know what? I died to that machine. I said, I'm going to save the turrets for that fucking machine. And so, yeah, you literally have to just kind of throw. What I was doing is I was throwing the EMP grenades or whatever those ones are to disable all the droids. And I walk up there and I shoot the missile. I was using the pillars to block the other ones from shooting at me, so they wouldn't even know I was shooting at their other guy. And it's ridiculous. They take like 5. It's on hard, so I don't know. On hard, they take at least, I think it was 5 full-blown surface-to-air missiles to die. And I was like, this is fucking nuts, dude. Then again, I'm a cyborg too, and I'm taking fucking shitload of damage as well. So I was like, all right, I guess. But yeah, they were hard.
Don't take a bullet in the
cutscene. Yeah, no, not just a bullet, but like there was one cutscene where like a missile hit, and I was like, ugh. I was like, motherfucker, you just fucking got shot by like 15 goddamn missiles in one. Now you're all dizzy. I was so mad. Anyways, you know me.
Oh my god, that's stun, dude. The stun is the worst.
Yeah.
But yeah, so freaking it was like I said, you get nothing, and then the elevator battle was pretty good. I got pretty goddamn good at noise. So I think I was telling Noise on when we were talking at work.
Yeah,
I was under the impression, Chris, that because I thought Dog. Well, actually, Dog did say this in a codec call, but it doesn't hold true technically. Dog made it sound like the left arm, right? That's what you got to get for the chips and blah blah blah, and he told me too, like you have to get it before the soldier dies or something like that, because if they're dead, then there's usually a fail safe where it deletes all the data or some bullshit like that.
Mm-hmm.
So I was remembering that one on the first mission or second mission where you had to get that left hand. I had stabbed the guy in the back, silent kill, and I went for the left hand and I didn't get it. So I was like, oh, I didn't get it because I technically killed him, right? He's technically dead, so his left hand is erased. No, you can actually still do that Noise. So we were just chopping the hand wrong.
I was just about to tell you that. I was just about to tell you that I discovered that too. You could stab him in the back and you continue. You can, as long as you're holding the Zendatsu.
Mastiff. They're called Mastiffs.
Mastiff.
But yeah, you can still get it. So we were just kind of sucking, I guess, at getting that left hand. So I've been practicing, even on the ones that don't have a chip on them. I still go left hand and then fucking get the Gatorade. Left hand, Gatorade. And I've just been doing that like crazy. And but yeah, so I've been practicing that like crazy since I did go back and do a bunch of levels. I was able to get so many points or whatever that I was able to get the HF blade, the Gray Fox blade.
Oh damn!
And the upgrade to it. And I'm gonna tell you the HF or the Gray Fox blade by itself is, I guess, okay. It does more damage, maybe, I don't know, but it does have another unlockable. It's a one-shot kill, well, except for bosses. Okay. But yeah, like literally Mastiffs dead. You fucking geckos and any kind of machine, you're just one hit, it dies. I'm like, it's kind of cool, but it does kind of
the game.
Not just that, but if you're trying to get those left hands, it makes it harder because you can't combo them no more. Now you're like, oh shit, I chopped them in half. Like, get the left hand, and if you don't have whatever they call it, FC or blade mode, then it's hard to get, Yeah. So I might just go back to the regular katana for this last checkpoint. But it is kind of cool to just be like, let's get him. You're like, slash, dead. You really do feel like overpowered, like a true, like, yeah, this is fucking dope. Like Gray Fox. You feel like Gray Fox. Yes. You really do feel like Gray Fox. It is so cool. But yeah, so I got that. And like I said, I just been playing and making a shitload of codec calls. I don't know.
It's funny you mentioning you're like Gray Fox with that sword. That's true in two ways, because he also had Doctor turn off his pain inhibitors.
Yeah.
And so he's like, more.
Yeah, no shit. Let me just. I only wrote down a few. Let me lift off these things real quick that I found interesting during conversations. No. No. Okay.
Absolutely not.
Sure. Fine.
Not good.
No. So I found this out. So Boris actually knew Guruklovich. He actually worked with Guruklovich. Yeah. He actually was on the same side as Guruklovich back in God knows whatever the 80s or whatever, the Afghanistan war or conflict or whatever that was.
During the Cold War?
Yeah, with
the end of the Cold
Russia.
War?
Yeah, or whenever, whatever happened there. And obviously Boris is not necessarily a bad guy. He was just, that's the side he was on at that time. And then Boris actually helped also with rescuing Sonny. He actually was also the one who helped rescue Sonny as well. It was Boris used his Russian contacts as well as the Paradise Army from Big Mama. Okay. So yeah, so he's been working with Boris, not with Maverick, but with Boris since freaking pre-MGS4. So I thought that was kind of cool. I was telling Noise, Chris, remember how I mentioned about the coffee cup? How Kevin kept moving it away from the edge of the desk?
Yeah.
It is confirmed in a codec call that Courtney is Klutz. There was a codec call talking about how she was like, oh, I could be a cyborg. I could help you. I could have helped you to write in. And he was like, what, spilling your drink on the enemies or some shit like that? And she's like, what? I'm not. He's like, Courtney, the Klutz cyborg, come and help me or some bullshit. She's like, I'm not that much of a klutz. And she's like, oh, oops. He's like, are you fucking serious? She's like, no, nothing. So I'm like, okay, so it's confirmed she is a klutz.
Yeah, I forgot. I'd gotten that one too. I was like, oh yeah,
yeah.
About that.
I thought it was pretty funny. I was telling Noise that when you're fighting, I think when you first see Mistral, and you call the codex, everyone is talking about her enhancements. They keep talking about her assets. Let's just put it that way. They're like, oh yeah, she's got some modifications. 2 of them to be sure. I'm like, dude, come on, all right. Thought that was kind of funny. Did you guys get did you guys like call the shit out of Courtney? Because I think it's funny what her pretty much like fuck off like conversation is. You'll call her, she'll be like, it'll like save, and you're like, no, and it's like, oh, so what do you want? He's like, I don't know, I just wanted to hear your voice. And she's like, dude, save it for your wife. So I thought it was kind of funny.
Oh, that's just like a whole mailing.
Yeah.
Just keep calling her.
Voice. Yeah.
Don't just call me for no reason.
Yeah. Did you guys, well, you had to have seen one now by this checkpoint. But did you guys see that, like, those 2 dwarf geckos that, like, kind of go karate mode on you?
Karate mode?
Like they're literally like 2 dwarf geckos that are, like, stacked on top of each other. And they're
yeah.
Bruce Lee. Yeah, the first one I ever saw was in the
it was one of the backup missions or side missions where it's just like someone's calling for backup.
What?
Yeah.
I never got that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Because I was telling you that was the first one I got. It was like in the very beginning of the tunnel.
Fighting dwarf. No, the first one I ever saw was in that one place you had to use your infrared when I said I wasn't going to use it anymore. Your AR mode.
No, dude. In the tunnel, like way back when we first got introduced to the Mastiffs, because I was asking you guys, are you guys doing the little side missions? And yeah, the very first
I wonder what you had to do to get. So I've noticed that there's been times when like I complete the game and it tells you what ranking you got for each mission. I've been getting a few blanks. So it's like blank, and I'm like, what the fuck did I miss there? So
maybe you have to be doing like pretty good to get those side ones. I don't know. I thought they were always mandatory. They would always show. Yeah, I thought they would show.
No, they for sure. Not to me. I could have replayed them, and I was thinking like, I have to. Maybe I'll get those missions from the civilians you save, right?
Yeah.
And I did the first mission, and I saved all of them. I only got that same one, like backup mission. I was like, okay, and it's still. I think I was still missing a few of them. So I was like, what the fuck? So
Chris, did you not get online yet? The very first one with the 2 geckos.
The very first one, I don't remember seeing that, but I do remember seeing it later on. Yeah.
It made me think of the fucking trench coat ones.
Yeah. Well, how did you guys? So I'm just a little sad. I've been 1, 2, and 3 already. 3 of them, and I didn't get anything special for them as far as I know. Did you guys get anything interesting or special?
Just points.
Points. How did you guys beat them? Just with your sword or countered them or what?
The double geckos.
Yeah,
dude, I don't remember. I think
because they dodged. They just dodged like crazy, and it was funny about them. Like one of them, I ended up countering him, and I was able to kill him. But if you don't fight them, you can just shoot them with one fucking surface to air missile, and it'll just kill them. So I'm like, what the fuck's the point of them then? I don't know. I'm just.
Oh, that's right. Okay, I remember right after the elevator. There was one where it was like on the rooftop next to you.
Yeah.
You couldn't actually get over there. I shot that one.
Yeah, same here. I was trying to figure out how to
Yeah,
get to
RPG,
him,
yeah.
and I don't know if you can get to him, but yeah. So I shot him with the missile. I'm like, because I already knew a missile worked. I'm like, I guess I'll shoot this one.
Mhm.
And I've tried engaging them and calling in the codec to see if someone would say like, oh yeah, that's a weird one, or bring it back for study. Or, no, they don't. They don't seem to even acknowledge them. So I don't know what's going on with
I
that.
figured it was just a rare thing or like something they threw in to make it different every once in a while. I was like, oh, let's just stack them on
I
top of
guess.
each other.
I
So
mean, I thought they were pretty good at quote unquote fighting, so I thought it could have definitely been some kind of secret. They might still be a secret that I don't know about yet, but I did notice, um, dude, the fucking the UGs, the unmanned. We find out what the UG stands for. It's unmanned gear. The unmanned raven, the flying birds, and the dwarf geckos. They completely don't see you if you're in the box or the barrel. Like,
Yeah.
like you
Yeah.
you can just run. Like it's not even like go slow, just run across. They don't even fucking see you. So I thought that was kind of interesting and kind of funny. Like I thought they were supposed to be a little smarter than that, but I guess they're not. And
Shit,
then
you can put on a trench coat.
no, no, and then Senor Bacon had mentioned that you can throw up when you're in the barrel, right? So I don't know if he was talking about just 4, but you can throw up on this one too, right? And we'll
Okay.
throw up on this. Yeah. I rolled on that barrel for a good minute, and he throws up. And by the way, I haven't tried it against the soldier, but I'm 99% sure it'll knock him down like it should. But you can actually use it to damage bosses as well. It does shit for damage, but I was like, dude, I kind of want to kill a boss with the barrel. I'm like, I really want to kill a boss with it.
We need you to stream doing a boss like boss
Barrel
run
only.
of
Barrel
barrel only
only.
puking on them. Yeah.
Oh man, I was using it against fucking what's his name, Sundower and shit, and I was like, dude, I want to kill him with this, but I was like, but he hits you and it breaks it. So I'm like, I'm not gonna have enough, so you have to like chip them all the way down. But anyways, yeah, there was, like I said, there was a shitload more of Codec Calls, but those were ones I found interesting. You know, like there's also like there's a conversation when you Boris kind of says he kind of regrets hiring you because he knew you had a troubled past, but he's like, I know you. He pretty much says like, you're fucking psycho, man. He goes, if I knew you were this fucked up, like far gone, I would fucking maybe not have hired you to work for us, you know. And so I was like, damn, that was kind of a little not fucked up, but like I was like, I get it, but it's like you're telling him in the middle of this mission, like, yeah, maybe I shouldn't have hired you, bro. And I was like, damn.
This whole time I've been playing sound effects. You guys haven't been hearing them.
No.
Did you guys even hear the intro?
No.
God damn it. Well, the listeners did, but you guys didn't.
Okay, that's good.
Because I literally just went,
oh,
and I was dancing to myself, and I'm like, usually German reacts to that one.
No. Oh, and one last thing that I noticed that I thought was kind of funny. So, when we fought, what's his name, Monsoon? We went Jack the Ripper, and his voice changes into I'm fucking crazy now kind of voice, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
There's fucking Codec calls that you can get where you'll call like literally Courtney, and she'll be like, Jack, I'm sorry, like I've never seen you like this. This is who I am,
Do you know what
right?
day it is tomorrow?
Yeah, no. And then like you'll call her again, and she'll be like, Jack, like tell me about like something. He'll be like, oh yeah, like in a pre-Jack the Ripper voice. He'll just
matter
like,
of fact,
oh, yeah. So I'm like, dude, when they recorded these lines and they didn't think like, hey, this is after Jack the Ripper, so his voice should be Jack the Ripper going forward. No, it totally it makes me laugh
funny.
when like you'll call her and he'll be like, oh, Jack, and then he'll call him again and be like, oh yeah, like all happy, yeah, I went to school there or some bullshit. I'm like, dude, this is kind of super funny that. An oversight, a simple oversight, but I'm like, it's cool.
God, could you imagine them fucking recording both versions?
Sure, or at least they could have made it so like maybe some of those calls, codec conversations wouldn't come up because they're post Jack the Ripper mode, or something like that.
Right, you wouldn't. Yeah,
you wouldn't be talking about. Yeah,
he's a different person, so he's not going to talk about that.
Exactly. Yeah, you're completely. You're different, but anyways, we can continue with this one. So yeah, the freaking the elevator.
Did you guys have trouble with the running up the wall part?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Tell us, Chris.
Another QTE. Yeah, it was the same thing as with the fight with the other guy. I got on my second try, but it was one of those things where it's like, oh, press these buttons, and I was like, oh crap! And by the time I did it, you failed. And
oh wait, did you have
so
to press buttons running up the wall?
Well, there was one point. I can't remember what it was. If you had to like dodge something or had to like jump up to do something, or I don't remember what it was. But yeah,
was it?
It was It was when you had like you were falling and you used your blade to like slow yourself down, and then you started running up. Which you couldn't do that any other time you fell off. You just automatically died. But this time, because during your cutscene, is fine.
It's cutscene. Yeah.
But there was like you had to like dodge pieces or something, and then there was a part where like you had to like slash it or something.
Okay.
And it was a QTE or something, if I remember correctly. And yeah, it was just like press triangle and circle or something. And I had missed it by like half a second. That's all it took. It was like, nope, you lost.
I just kept getting hit by the damn missiles.
Yeah, I didn't have a problem with that.
Oh yeah, that part. Yeah, you're right. Okay. Yeah, I hated that.
Yeah, because it's Raiden runs so weird. Like he's on a rail.
There's almost no like you move to the left or the right, and it's so slow. Yeah.
Yeah, like you almost have no time to get.
Yeah, there's the one part where it's like you have to be all the way over on the right, and then immediately all the way over to the left.
Yeah. It made me feel like those. Do you remember those ball-bearing wooden labyrinth toys?
Yes.
Those boxes, those labyrinth boxes. It made me feel like that because it's just like you get that ball rolling to the left, and you're like, oh god, there's a hole right there. And you got to move over to the right as quick as possible, without overshooting it. Oh,
yeah. You're talking about the part where like that's after like you run up. All the windows are being shot out by.
Yeah, it's right after that.
Yeah. By the way, there too, I thought I was looking for secrets. I'm like, can I kill these things? You can't even fucking kill them with rockets. I'm like, oh, whatever. So I just kept running. But yeah. Because then you get to that samurai room, right? That little Japanese room, right?
What do they call it? The garden. You have to get to the garden.
Japanese garden. Yeah. I did go like complete stuff. Like, dude, like I've been getting so much better at this stuff. Well, it's not that I'm better at the stuff. The guards are also pretty fucking stupid. Like you can literally, like they're not as smart as I thought they really were. So it's just easy to go stab them and then freaking. I've been using
they're deaf. Like you can run.
I guess so. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's what's interesting too. You can run full blast. Yeah. I've been using more of that holographic picture now too. Like I'm like,
you know what? I'm
gonna separate you, and I throw the hollow picture out. Like, oh, he walks right over it, stab. So I think that's kind of cool. Chris, I was telling Noise this, and I can't get it as often as I would like to. So you can actually. So I was telling Noise that I felt it took me out of the game when you get one of your zangatsus, whatever they're called, zandatsu mode, and you crush one guy because he's like, get him or whatever he says, and he crushes it, and then you go fight another dude, but you can actually, if you're good enough and fast enough, if you get a combo where you knock multiple enemies up in the air, you could cut open 3 enemies and then grab all of their things back to back sequentially.
Oh dang!
Like the CQC from Peace Walker. And I've only done it once or twice. I'm like, it feels so satisfying when you get it done, but it's hard, dude. Like I was telling you, there's times where I knock him up so high I can't even reach him anymore. I'm like, dude, get down here, get down here. I'm trying to kill you.
The easiest one to do is like the slide. If you slide and do Zandatsu like right away, like they'll 2 guys next to each other, they'll fly, but you got to like immediately aim up because like German said, they'll go out of view and you're like, I can't get the little boxes.
Yeah. Did you guys try Monsoon's Scythe?
Yeah, I wasn't a big fan of it.
I wasn't at first
tried any of the weapons.
No, I wasn't at first either, but it is kind of useful, Chris, because if you have, I think it's like your full FC, whatever your stamina for when you throw it at them, like even Doc tells you about it, I think it is. You send some kind of like EMP, you hit them with like a bit of an EMP, so you kind of disable any cyborgs for like a good minute, like, and then you can just wail on them, and you can use it like 2 or 3 times at least on the same cyborg before like it becomes ineffective. I'm assuming because after a while they stop getting shocked. So that's what I've noticed.
The one fight I did find it somewhat useful against was Sundowner.
Okay.
When he has his shields up, it's a nice free hit against that.
Oh, okay. I didn't think about that.
And then and I don't know if this is like a special ability or what. When his shield falls, if you hit him with that, it acts like a grappling hook and brings you in, so you can do a combo.
Yeah. So exactly, so that's what you would do with any enemy too. You hit them with it, and if it's full gauge, it'll shock them, and then you'll like pull into them like a hook shot technically. If it's not, if your
Chris doesn't know what that
full hook shot,
not yet.
If it doesn't shock them, you'll still freaking dash towards them. So it is nice to close the gap for sure. Because I was literally gonna say last episode, because we didn't get to try the weapon because it was beat monsoon and that was it. I was like, dude, this game is missing. For this game, you're missing like kunais or some throwing weapon. Sometimes there's I'm like, I want to throw something.
Yeah.
Like a kunai or just give me a gun or something. And now
Yeah,
I got that
I
scythe.
tried it
I'm like,
against.
oh, okay.
I remember trying it against normal enemies.
Uh-huh.
And I it could be that I'm using it wrong. But it just goes out in a straight line. So as soon as they step to the side, it misses and it's useless.
Oh,
And you have to wait
lock
for
on.
it to come back. There's a lock
No,
on?
yeah, well, there's a lock on for sure, Chris. R1.
Oh, I didn't know that.
R1,
Okay.
and then we were talking about that first episode. R1 locks on, and then if you use the right joystick, it'll switch between targets.
Oh, okay.
And that's the right joystick is your camera. So sometimes you're trying to switch your
Oh,
camera,
well,
but it's
that makes
locking
it a lot
onto other
easier then.
things. You're like, damn it, and you have to unlock. And
And you know
Yeah,
what?
try that.
The changing targets thing has not been working for me. It just stays locked on. I don't know what the hell's going on.
really interesting.
Yeah,
But
I don't know if
but
I
I
changed the
do
setting or something.
I do think it's crappy that there is no combos with the scythe. It's just
Yeah,
like Chris said, a
it's
hook
just
shot
that,
mode.
yeah.
That's it. I'm like, I kind of want to stab people with it, man. Like, but
I've been using that.
I kind of want to take this to the boss fight in MGS3 and just fucking stab the boss a bunch of times.
just fucking stunner, like fucking yeah. No, I was gonna say, yeah, we're talking about the elevator. Yeah, how the geckos like also like they're holding on to the thing, right? Like I'm assuming you
yeah,
can lose that
creating
section.
drag,
Did you guys
slowing
lose?
down.
Wait,
I,
what?
I never lost on that. No.
Okay, neither did I, but I kind of wanted to lose, but I'm like, no, I want to beat this. So
Wait, on what part?
the two
When
freight
you're on
elevators.
the freight elevator.
Yeah, like the
two
geckos will come out and they a bunch of them start coming out and grabbing onto the rail system.
Yeah, there's
So,
like three of them.
slowly-
They grab
the
onto the
dwarf
rails. And it's like,
geckos.
oh, it's slowing
Yeah.
it down,
Yeah,
Yeah.
as if they have that much strength.
Right. Well, I mean, it was whatever. I mean, I guess if they were like shoving themselves in there, you could say they're sacrificing their bodies. But yeah, they were just grabbing onto it.
Yeah.
But I kind of wanted to see like if you would lose that section. But
Oh, I did
yeah.
lose it because I didn't. I thought I was
Kill 'em.
gonna have to kill everybody,
Oh,
and
okay.
so like the more and more things kept coming,
Oh, okay.
and I was like, okay, and I was like, oh shit, like because he's like jump onto the platform, and I'm like, dude, the platform's gone. Like I can't even go to. I don't know where the fuck is this thing. And yeah, it's just a cutscene of him falling, and it's just like,
Oh,
right,
okay.
Okay.
right,
Yeah.
you know,
the
like
collision,
bullshit.
yeah.
But
I
it was,
figured-
but it
exactly,
was still
I
pretty funny. It
figured.
was just like, I was like, oh, no, I was supposed to not kill these guys. Like, yeah, so
She's
literally
gone, man.
just hit him a little bit and then run off.
And yes, and again, here's what's funny about that: the concept of here you fall down, but a little later on you run up the fucking building. It's like when make up your mind, like when can
Yeah.
I run up shit? When can I fucking not? And it's all because it's story based, but
Yeah,
But,
this is the part. I mean, the part with just like the regular dudes before they explode that little tanker thing. That one took me a couple tries just because like I had to get back into the feel of the game because I didn't play for a minute. But it's after that when it sends you the dude with the hammer, the hammer dude.
yeah. Hammer dudes are pretty tough for me.
Yeah, and that he has the 3 UG ravens, and then if you kill any one of them, then they start dropping the mastiffs on you.
Oh,
Like,
okay. Yeah, I've
so-
noticed that you can kind of manipulate a little bit how the AI will
yeah, how they start
bring stuff in, spawning
yeah.
in, I guess. Yeah.
dude, though that part, I don't know, 30 something minutes, maybe more. Like I was like, dude, why was I not having this much of a problem with these mastiffs before and the guys with the hammers? Like for some reason, I couldn't remember how to defeat them. Like, and like I was like, okay, keep the ravens alive because they're easy and I can grab a Gatorade from them. But they're not easy because you go up there and dude, everything flinches you,
Yeah.
which is so fucking annoying. Everything flinches you. There's no iframe, so anyone could just rock you. Like everyone can just combo your ass. And it was just like, dude, what in the fuck? Like I was like legit getting mad. I was like, okay, this game does not make me feel angry at all. But this part, I'm like, dude, like how is this happening? And 0 rations. So I had 1 health bar basically. I had no opportunity to die and get recovered by a fucking ration at all. So I had to do it in like 1 shot, and that's what was taking me the longest. I don't know where I used up all my damn rations before, but yeah, that sucks that was my checkpoint. But I got stuck with no rations.
I used all mine on the first elevator when I was trying to kill all the guys for sure.
Maybe that's a fucking idea. I don't know.
What I was gonna say too, actually, I think I'm glad you brought this up real quick. Was like I was also like, oh man, like post missions when it says like, oh, customized writing or whatnot.
Yeah.
Like I kind of would have liked if like you could also buy like grenades or EMPs or shit like that. You know, like maybe not like
from Drebin.
Yeah. You know, obviously from Doctor, I guess at this point, but yeah, it would be like not like an infinite amount. Like I also think like it would cheapen it, like to say like, yep, let me get full Gatorades and full rations. They don't call it, what do they call it? Medical paste or nano paste.
Yeah.
Full nano paste. Like, but like at least one or two, because sometimes I'm like, dude, I could really use a red phosphorus grenade. I could really, and you're out, and you're like, oh, I guess I just will do it without the red phosphorus grenade, right?
The war economy doesn't exist anymore, man.
I guess, right? But you were gonna say something, Chris, or no? Sorry.
No. Just
but yeah, like the elevator section, and then like I was kind of surprised. Well, I was like Lawrence was saying, I don't like the hammer guys too much either, and
Yeah.
I can kill them pretty cheaply just because I just kind of like hit him, run, hit him, run. So it's not the end of the world. I have the combo that I use with Mistral's staff, where you just kind of do a shitload of little chip damage, you know. So I'm able to like kill them pretty quickly. But I don't like them because you can block most of their hits, but not all of them. Some of the hits are not.
The yellow hits are unblockable.
The yellow, yeah.
Is that
I was
what it
going to
is?
ask you
Okay.
guys: is there a way to either parry that or like dodge it somehow? Because
that must be. You know what? That must be what it is. Because the mastodons also do a yellow when they grab you, and then they fucking start bear hugging you.
And
shit.
by the way, when they grab you, I've never successfully like gotten out of the thing.
Bro,
I've done it once.
Yeah, I have.
And it was because I started moving the stick before that popped up. So you almost have to like know it's going to happen or be lucky. And it was
so
like I
fucking
said,
annoying.
it happened the one time I didn't it's not like I knew it was going to happen. I would just happen to be moving the stick for some reason.
Yeah, because
I got out of it.
Yeah, because I felt like, why are you showing me this? I can't get out. Like, what the fuck?
they just bam, 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 and smash your head and shit, whichever animation they happen to do.
They fucking jacks your ass.
Yeah, they either jacks you or they bear hug you. Yeah. No, I've broken out a couple times, and I, like Chris was saying, well, I didn't know what was causing it. I was like, well, how did I break out last time, but not this time? You know, I was kind of confused. And with that said, like Noise was saying, the iframes, there's also, I was like, this game needs like a quick recovery, if you will, you know? And there is one.
We need wire bugs.
Yeah. No, there is one. It's just, I don't know when it works and when it doesn't. Like, there's times when I get like hit big, so I go flying, and I push like forward and triangle, and sometimes I can like jump out of it, and you're like, oh, back to fight, and sometimes it doesn't work. So I'm like,
if only we had gone through the training.
I know, right? I was gonna say training probably says it, but anyways, so I was surprised that we get kind of a little boss rush. I guess. Yeah. It was cool. I kind of wish they would have had newer moves to show off or something, but because otherwise it's just I guess it's an old tradition, boss rush, and you're like, hey, remember this boss? Now fight him again. You're like, all right.
Well, this game kind of has that pattern where it's like it introduces you to a new enemy, and you're like, oh fuck, how do I defeat this? And you struggle with it.
Yeah,
and then it throws two of them at you later, and you're like, oh, what the fuck? Like I struggled with the first one.
Yeah. That's a common.
So you're just kind of like, it's like, well, you figured out how to defeat the first one. Now you shouldn't have a problem with two, right? You're right.
Mm-hmm.
It's so I like that the game. It's not fucking babying me for sure. It's definitely challenging me. I think I'm mostly just annoyed with myself that like, dude, I don't remember how to take out these guys, and so I struggle. And yeah, it's I just need to spend more time with this game because when I get into the flow of it, like I'm fucking unstoppable. Like I know how to take I'll see a familiar thing and I'm like, oh, gecko, easy. I know how to take down a gecko. Oh, fucking what is it? Wolf. I know how to take down a wolf. You know, it is kind of like a Monster Hunter in that way, or like a Soulsborne where you're like learn the enemies and learn how to take them down, and you're not really being cheap. You're using your knowledge to defeat them.
Yeah, and I think that's why you said that's why like at least the hammers piss me off because I'm like I should know how to beat him, but like then he has also an unblockable hit. Now I know to look for yellow. But that's when I'm like, dude, like I'm trying to fight you the way I think I should fight you, and I can't. So I just have to do my bullshit of hit, run, hit, run, hit, run kind of thing. Oh, by the way, remember I had mentioned about I did it to a hammer. I've done it to a bunch of guys. Remember how I was talking about Ryan's like they made their choice. I gotta kill them, and I was like, well, technically you don't. I literally did that to one guy, not on purpose, but it ended up being like no arms. So I'm like, okay. And then I was like, he should die like any minute now. And I had one leg and then no legs. And he's literally
Yeah,
inching on the ground.
yeah.
He's like, he's trying to bite me and shit. I'm
Just put a
like,
So
scratch.
it's
I'm
the
like,
Black Knight from Monty Python and
yeah.
the Holy Grail.
And I'm
yeah.
like, any minute now, he's going to die. Any minute. Nope. And he just followed me around for a solid, and I was like, really? I'm like, bro, you're that stubborn? And I'm like, all right. And so I just fucking like went up to him and hit him. I kept hitting him like one slash at a time to see how many slashes it took to kill him.
I've
And
had
sure
some
enough,
that
yeah,
just fade away. Like,
that's
they
what I'm
just,
saying.
They just disappear after they're like that, and I'm like, why did you just
And-
fucking make him go away already? He's like annoying. He's chasing me around
And
the arena.
No, and mine wasn't. That's why I was like, dude. Except maybe because he was a hammer, and he was like just not leaving. He's like, dude, just get out of here. Like, what are you gonna do, man? And so I just laughed my head off because I'm like, dude, this is pretty funny. Like, just this one fucking dude just refusing to die, refusing to give up, even though he can't do shit to me right now.
He's gonna bite you.
Yeah. But no, yeah. Because then after the little boss rush, you get to see Sundowner, right? You walk into this the server room, I guess. And dude, it again, this game, like, to me, I really do love the tempo, or what do you want to call it, the theme. Like, it is as bright and goofy it is, slashing people and doing all kinds of goofy combos and all kinds of cool shit. It's still dark when he like pulls out that one little brain, and it's a kid's brain. You gotta remember, it's a tiny little brain. It's a kid. And he's holding it in his hand and shit. And I was like, please don't crush it. Please don't crush it. I'm like, that's kind of fucked up. Because imagine like these kids, like, because there's conversation with Doc going on where they're like, he's talking about how like, since they don't have their body right now, like, yeah, they're alive, but they're also like have no, like, the human brain can't survive like that, if you will, like you need real world stimuli or stuff like that, like you can put VR, you can do shit like that, but it's not the same thing, like as real world interaction,
Not to mention you kind of need a heart and
was that?
lungs, and so not to mention you need a heart and lungs and all that kind of stuff too.
Oh yeah, right. But
yes.
When you were mentioning the brain can't survive like that, I was like, are you going to describe what death is?
What death is? But what was I gonna say? No. So, well, I mean, I intervene at any point, you guys. Like I said, I always feel like I kind of just like go through because I'm watching the gameplay, like some people's gameplay to remind me of stuff.
Well, that's what I'm doing because I didn't make checkpoint, so I pretty much stopped after the elevator part because I actually had to help Jesse with some food and stuff because we had
okay.
visitors.
So, German,
yeah.
you could probably confirm this. Did Sundowner make you think of Skyward Sword at all?
Skyward Sword?
Yeah.
No, why?
Really?
Well,
you didn't catch on to that pattern?
The whole like three, like slash him in a certain direction.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
that's the first thing I thought of was Skyward Sword. I was like, oh my gosh.
What was his name?
Sundowner.
Fucking.
Oh yeah, from
Kirham.
Skyward Sword.
Kirham, yeah.
Well, that's what we were talking about with Monsoon. When I saw him like have those slices in his body, I'm like, oh, we're gonna have to cut him in certain ways, which we didn't, but it did make me think of Skyward Sword.
Yeah.
But no, okay, let me ask
you.
But
this actually was.
Yeah,
this one actually was.
So at first when he pulls out, well, I was like, okay, what's his thing gonna be? So I was thinking like, what's he gonna be? What's he gonna do? And he takes off his coat. And that's why he looks super bulky to me this time, right? Compared to when we saw him in wherever the hell we were over there in South Africa, I think it was.
Yeah.
When the game glitched.
yeah. He looks super bulky when he was wearing his trench coat. I'm like, and it's because he's wearing his actual combat armor or his combat suit, right? So at first I thought he had wings. I'm like, oh, okay, they're wings, right? I'm like, all right, cool. And then he pulls out these, these little plates on you. So Chris, originally, I was
why
like,
did they leave the eyes on the brains?
Oh yeah, dude. Well, at first I was like, these are fucking. I thought they were like I don't know what they're called, but have you ever seen those? There's a new technology. It's not even new anymore, but who knows if it really got implemented? These giant microwave dishes that they were trying to implement for crowd controls, stuff like that. Have you seen that? No. Yeah, like there was this technology.
Microwave dishes for crowd control. That sounds dangerous.
Well, yeah, because you can turn it up the intensity to either back people up, or turn it up so high you could probably fucking kill people. But point being is, I thought his name is Sundowner. They kept talking about how like his name comes from a warm air that comes from Alabama or whatever, the South and shit like that, right?
Alabama.
And I was like, oh, he's gonna have those those heat, like those things are gonna pump out heat or some shit like that, and they don't. They're explosive. That was still cool, but I'm like, oh, okay. So Chris, I want to ask you this because I kind of regret the way I fought him, but I was just kind of like fucking around. You know, I like fucking around.
Mhm.
Does he have like a second phase if you cut off all his little shields?
I never cut them all off.
Oh, you didn't either? Okay.
No.
Okay. Because
The gameplay I saw, I think yes.
the what?
The gameplay that I watched, I
Oh,
think
yeah.
yes.
Okay. Because Chris, I was cheap as fuck with him. He was so easy to kill. Because when he puts up his shields, he's like, I'm unpenetrable or some bullshit.
Mhm.
You can run behind him and just start attacking him. And then he will do a move that will like supposed to hit you from the back, and you parry that one. And then you parry it, and then you slash, and then he goes into I'm unblockable, and then I just rinse and repeat that forever. I died
Okay.
once to him because I was goofing around because I was just trying to see his combos and just trying to have fun with him. But yeah, I was like, I didn't break off any of his shields, so I was like, I wonder if he would have had like a second like
Yeah.
phase without shields, So Luis is saying that he does, so I'm interested right now. I'm watching someone fight him right now too, so I'll see
Yeah,
what's
during this fight, it took me a while. It took me a little while to figure out the whole like cutting in a certain direction thing.
Mhm,
And then once I saw that, I was like, oh, it's like that.
mhm,
But I hate that you have to go into Zenkai mode in order to like control where you're slashing.
mhm,
So I was like, screw that. I'm not going to do that. So that's when I brought out the Sai,
mhm,
and I'd throw that at him. It would explode, but it wouldn't do any damage to me.
mhm,
And I throw it out again. I would come up to him, and then I did the whole Zenkai mode and cut him up a bunch
mhm.
of times, and I just repeated that way. So
Mm. So yeah, I'm watching the gameplay too. He's got 2 more shield. I want to see if, like we said, if it so. Like I said I regret fighting him the way I did, but I'm also like, I think it's funny that he literally had like an easy way out. That you could kill him
yeah,
without ever going into phase 2 mode.
You know,
but
his
yeah,
his
Yeah.
personality kind of reminds me of
Oh
fuck, what
yeah,
was
you're
his
right,
name?
noise. That's what I
Uh
was thinking.
he does, right? Yeah.
Yeah, dude, I
Um
never saw this mode. Fuck. See, I
what is
regret.
his
Okay,
name? Bison? Pyro Bison?
Pyro Bison. Okay,
Like
okay, yeah,
he
yeah,
like
yeah,
he has a lot
yeah,
of bloodlust,
oh
yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah. Yeah.
He's like what does he say? He says children are cruel, and I'm like, what does he
Yeah,
say?
I'm in touch
He's
with my inner child, he
I'm in
says.
touch with my inner
Yeah.
child. And it just made me think of Pyro Bison, where he was just like describing like the
The
different smells
smell
of
of yeah,
like
fuck yeah.
flesh and whatever. And I was just like,
Yeah,
Jesus
flesh and
Christ.
blood and fat. He's like, oh, fat smells like this and blue bone. You're like,
Yeah.
what the fuck? You're like,
Like
damn,
this guy loves fucking
dude, yeah.
yeah, like I mean, what was he saying? He was also talking about fuck, what was he talking about, dude? I can't think.
I remember when he first gets you out there on the helipad, and he makes a comment about like, "No, we can go all out here because
Uh-huh.
we don't have to worry about destroying any like precious
The
Right,
merchandise
right,
or
right.
goods.
whatever he was
Yeah,
talking
yeah.
about. The goods, yeah." So I thought that was pretty interesting line.
Um,
Yeah,
yeah, because
he's just very like war is in us, basically is
Mhm.
yeah.
what he's talking about. He's kind of almost like a liquid speech that he talks about, like, war will always happen, like no matter what. Like
Well, like you're saying, noise too. What I think is interesting is that like they all like all the bad guys in almost every Metal Gear game, like for the most part, loves the fight. Like Monsoon's like, oh, fights. It's survival of the fittest, kill or be killed. But he didn't go into like you said the taste of blood and the smell of the organs. Like this guy's like you could tell he would be sitting there like bathing in blood. Be like, yeah, this is good.
oh, I
Versus
remember what he's talking
Monsoon.
about. He was also
What?
he was also talking about like how they train the soldiers, like we just we do it all in VR and stuff, and we give them like endorphins.
Oh, yeah, yeah. When they do, gonna kill someone, yeah.
Yeah, just to like, yeah, he's just he's sadistic as fuck.
Yeah, yeah, for
Yeah,
sure. I was gonna say, I think I know. So I was gonna bring up why you guys maybe had a trouble when you're going up that section there. So I do think it's funny that this is the first time that I think of where Raiden stabs his blade into a raven, and he's controlling it somehow, right?
Oh, this is the part Chris thought I was talking about.
oh yeah,
I
yep.
didn't
This is the
see this
part. Yeah,
part. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay. And so by the way, so here I don't know if you knew Chris, but you can actually launch missiles with that little raven. Did you know that?
I did not know that. No.
Yeah, yeah. I was like, oh, can I shoot missiles? And yeah, X or whatever you one of the attack buttons, they shoot the same missile, and that helps like get rid of some of the debris that's in front of you. So I had no problems with this. I literally
Oh
just
dang.
kept spamming missiles, and it was like, cool, no big deal. Um, but yeah, like I won't lie, like I love his shield. I love it. I loved him, but I felt like his fight was a little little short. I thought I was gonna have more, because then after that, like,
Yeah, it was very lackluster because the only real attack he had was that combo he did
yeah,
after his shield blew up if you hit it and you didn't get the
sure,
right direction or whatever.
yeah, 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 yeah.
That was really the only one he had, and then he had like
Hmm.
his regular
Sorry, that
attack
was
where he
late.
would like swing at you or whatever. What?
the, the more you know thing finally.
Oh,
I pressed it a while ago, and it finally played.
nice.
Thanks, computer.
um,
It's like I
but
can't do
no,
this with 4 screens. You're making me work too much.
but but no, like you said, maybe Chris, it was because we had a boss rush where we fought 2 previous bosses plus a shitload of like mastiffs and hammer guys. So maybe the game was like, all right, man, this whole level has been like a endurance battle.
Well,
So
you
Yeah.
guys said you didn't cut off all his shields, and it looks like that
no,
second phase was kind of brutal. Like I mean, the guy I'm watching is a god, so he
yeah, we
mincemeat
must
out
be
of
watching
him.
the same one. Is the first guy Shirako? Was the guy you're watching Shirako?
Who is this? Yeah, Shirako.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
this
I
guy's
saw that second
fucking.
phase and he wrecked him. So I'm like,
Yeah,
damn, but I still wanted to fight that.
yeah, he does he puts his blades together like the scissors,
Yep,
like he did
the
in
scissor
the
mode.
earlier
Yeah,
cutscenes.
yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
then he has like a super macho man move where he like does like a big fucking sweep,
Yeah.
like a big fucking link.
Hmm.
What is it? Very effective quick spin.
Okay. Okay.
Oh
Okay.
yeah, and I just remembered fucking what's his face, Sundowner. Like he romanticizes the days after 9/11,
Oh well.
That's
Yeah.
right. Yeah.
which means 9/11 did happen in this
And
universe.
exactly. You're right.
Yeah.
You're right. You're right. It did. Well, he even says that they're pretty much doing a 9/11 too. That's kind of what's triggering this next
9/12,
section of the game here. Yeah. He literally says like
9/11 of 2002.
the War of Terror Part 2. Yeah, what did you
yeah,
say?
yeah, yep.
9/11 of 2002.
Yeah.
9/11 2 with the vengeance. No, we're making
That'd be the third one.
Yeah.
no, but
9/11 2 would be 9/11 harder.
Yeah.
9/11 harder.
Was that what it was? Die Harder?
Yeah, Die Harder. Yeah.
That's such a stupid subtitle.
But
Die Hard 2, Die Harder.
by the way, so yeah.
Live free or 9/11.
Oh, I was gonna say, hold on, noise. When I went back and did Mistral's fight.
Yeah.
So remember you said they were lovers and
There were what?
that's
yeah,
Mistral
yeah.
and that one dude, I don't even know his name.
Yeah,
were
what
lovers
happened to
and
that guy?
So yeah, he blew himself up.
Oh yeah, that's right.
But no, like, so we're watching the whole
9/11
gameplay
himself.
and stuff. What, Chris?
So he 9/11 himself.
Dude.
It's all right. It's been 22 and a half years. More than 22 and a half years. So we're good. It's funny now.
But what happened was so they were like arguing, right? When we don't know, and they were like arguing. He points a gun at her, and she's like blah blah blah, and then she turns around, blows you the kiss. Remember? And he's like, "Ooh, I dodged a bullet," right? So I was spamming codecs. They were like, "Oh, what were they talking about?" And they're like, "No, I couldn't pick it up. Oh, if I had this enhancement, I could have." Yada 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 yada. So like once you beat her and shit, right? And she's talking to. She says like she's talking to Jack first, and then whatever his name is, comes in. And he's like, "Mr. Rawl, where are you? Check in, or you haven't checked in, or some bullshit, right?" And he says, like, she's like, "Oh, what's that French thing you said? Noise, Jamont Lavu, whatever. I love you.
Je t'aime.
Je t'aime l'amour, or whatever it is.
Je t'aime.
Just je t'aime. Okay,
Je t'aime. Yeah, it means I like you, but it's
more.
yeah, it's like
I
Spanish.
like
Like
you.
in Spanish we don't say te amo. We say what is
Te
it?
quiero.
Te quiero, which means I
Yeah.
want you, which is weird, but that's our I love you.
Yeah. But anyways, yeah.
J'adore.
So I found it interesting because like when she says it, he says, "Huh, you've never said that," or something like that. And then it switched to a cutscene, and Raiden picks up the what do you call it, the radio, and he says, "She wasn't talking to you, asshole." So that's what I was like. So who the fuck did she say that to? I don't know. I just wanted to bring it up because I was like, yeah, who the fuck? What does that mean? I don't get it. Like, I don't think they were lovers. I thought it was a one-sided. I always felt like he liked her.
He was in the
She
friend
was-
zone.
Yeah, and that's when he was like, she's like, "I love you," but she was talking because she says he's too good. She says like, "Oh, he's too good," and that's when she's like, check in," and she's like, "Oh, my Boris." I'm just gonna
Ah.
call him Boris. She's like, "Gemonte," whatever the fuck it is. he's like, "Oh, you've never said that."
I mounted you.
I knew what that was. That's after I said it. And he's like, "You've never said that." And she's like, "He wasn't talking to you." And it's like, so was she talking to Raiden? Was she talking to? I don't know. It just makes no sense to me. But anyways,
Interesting. Yeah, I
Um,
wonder. I wonder if because who else is listening to those codec calls?
just us, man.
She's not talking to Sam or anybody else.
No.
And
Oh.
Courtney.
Yeah.
I haven't got it. Oh, and I was gonna say too, like, yeah, no shit.
Now you heard it. I played it earlier.
It's super low, but I heard it.
No,
was
but
gonna
like when I had the sound effects turned off for you guys like an idiot.
I was gonna say, oh, so here's the end of this section, pretty much, right? And they're talking about like they do some process of elimination because he says like, oh, it's like in 3 hours, 9/11/2 is gonna happen, pretty much, right? It's like 3
Nice one.
hours. It's like, and he says not even Mach 2 will be able to reach it. So they're like, oh, Mach 2, that must be 4,000 miles. So it's got to be further than 4,000, blah blah blah. And then they're like, and it's always funny because it's always the same fucking bullshit. He goes, Ryan's the one that comes up with it. He goes, "Oh, the president, he's gonna be in Pakistan doing some bullshit." Something's like, why don't like, why isn't your first thought always like, where's the president? Oh, he's at home. Okay, so where's the vice president? Okay, he's at his. It's like they always try to make it seem like, what could it be? We are America. What could be the president? Like, it's always the fucking president.
Yeah.
And
Did either of you think, for him to get, because they're like, that's on the other side of the planet. Did either of you think he was just going to cut the planet in half and, and zip to the other side?
No, but I will tell you
thought
this
that was
much.
going to happen originally.
Okay. You know what I thought was going to happen, dude? I was like, dude, it's going to be canon. I thought they were just going to download his brain somewhere else. I was like, dude, they're going to fucking download. We were talking about Metal Gear Solid 4. Remember how we were like, oh, maybe his conscience is already downloaded.
Right.
And I was like, oh, dude, they're going to download him somewhere else. I'm like, no, that's not what happened.
They're going to zip file his ass to
Yeah.
to Pakistan.
But this part also, it made me laugh because they're like, oh, we got to warn them. And Boris comes in and says, there's nothing we can do because he goes, ever since Mexico, he goes, all our official channels have been frozen and all our unofficial channels are will take too long or some shit like that. He's like, we have no way to warn the president. And I'm just kind of like, really? Like, no way? Like, I don't know.
Yeah, there's no telephone anywhere you can call someone. Yeah.
Like I said, official channels, fine. So there's no official, like, hey, this is 100% what do you call it? Secure, not authorized. What's the word I'm looking for? God damn it, not confidential. What's the
Like secure
verifiable?
lines? Okay.
Like not secure, but like a verifiable source of, hey, this is Boris. There's an attack on the president. Copy that. Let's go into DEFCON 3, whatever, right? But there isn't like you said, Chris, phone number to the hotel room that you could call and say, hey, bomb threat. Like there isn't like,
Yeah.
you couldn't do a massive bomb threat scare to the hotel, the airport, the fucking embassy, all these things that are in that vicinity where the CIA and whoever would be like, oh shit, we've just got like 30 bomb threats in the last 2 minutes. Let's take precautions, right? I was like, there's no way. Like, there's nothing you could do. There's nothing you could do. Sure, fuck off. So then, yeah, like they say they're gonna do. I thought they were like an ICBM or something like that. That's what it made it sound to me. Like, oh, they're gonna use a missile. They're gonna use Sokolov's technology or some shit. Dude, what if they got into like a newer version of Shagohod? You just like and then fucking launch your ass. That'd be kind of cool. But so then this just starts mission 5 now, right?
Which I realized there was an easier way for us to find out if the cutscenes were pre-rendered or not. Is your skin in the cutscene?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Because this cutscene literally did not have the skin that this player has on, and I was like, wait a minute, that would have been an easier way to look.
I actually took off my Gray Fox outfit because I was like, I like the outfit, but it always throws me off every time I'm like switching from your skin to the non-skin. I'm like, so I'm just going to Raiden mode now.
Oh yeah, I put on the Gray Fox one this time.
Mm-hmm. But anyways, it's chapter 5 here. So we start off with the doctor and this chopper. So we already got the brains on there, right? And some new bombers are coming to attack us. So these are actually like fighters, right? They're like, oh shit, right? So I laugh because it's like it opens the door and Doc says like, have a nice flight or some shit. I don't remember. The point is Raiden jumps. Oh yeah, because Raiden says, and people say Germans aren't funny. But I always laugh because I'm like, when in any movie or anything that does this that don't have like Iron Man has, propulsion, right? But Raiden here is like, I get he's a cyborg, he's got like enhanced computer brain, so he's like he's calculating Terminator mode, jump now, right? But what if you fucking miss, Raiden? Like what the fuck are you gonna do now? You missed this fucking plane, like like that would be an awesome like secret theater blooper, like because I always laugh like it's like you jump and like you just happen to land on it, right? And then here's the second time he does this thing, he stabs the fucking thing, and now he can control it.
Yeah.
And like, why? Where's this technique been? We could have been controlling fucking, the mastodons, or maybe even the fucking
Well,
the
those
full
the
size
vulture
geckos.
suits too.
Yeah, the
unmanned
vultures,
ones, yeah.
the geckos and stuff. You're like, or even the other big machines and shit. I'm like, where the fuck was this?
Yeah.
So this little scene here was this little cut scene here. It's to me it was kind of cool, but I will tell you this. He does this thing where are you watching, Luis? Have you gotten to this part yet?
He's in the bus area right now.
The bus area, then the chopper. I'm talking about like the cutscene of the chopper.
Oh yeah, I
So
already passed that. Yeah.
oh okay. So he stands in front of this thing and he holds up his blade, all cool like, and then he lets the plane hit him and he splits it in half, right?
Yeah.
And it looks cool. And I was kind of also like, it's like, again, remember I told you how like Sam reminds me a lot of Jaguar from Neo Contra.
Uh-huh.
Jaguar does something like this in Neo Contra that's actually way cooler. And I was like, Contra did it. I'm like, Contra did it. I'm pulling that Simpsons did it.
Yeah.
And I was like, Contra already did it, but
You know what it
yeah,
made me think of?
what?
Space Kings.
Space Kings with Kill
Yeah.
Cat.
Yeah, Codec sliced the fucking spaceship in half.
Yeah. But
that's a podcast that German turned me on to. It's Pretend Friends. If you guys ever want to listen to it, they only have 2 seasons, but yeah, fucking
it's really funny. But
yeah, they're playing D&D.
By the way, a revised version of D&D, and so he jumps back onto the chopper, which he misses, right? But I was gonna say they have a fetish with this sharp object gliding across Raiden's chin. Like I think it happened like 4 or 5 times already, dude.
Yeah, the helicopter blade.
Yeah. And I was like,
yeah.
dude, they really like showing that, I guess, like, oh, just scrape this chinny chin, not by the hairs on my chinny chin.
They like watching him take things to the chin, dude.
but yeah, he misses.
Taking shots to the chin.
Yeah. And then Doctor, he's like, thank you for your sacrifice. And he fucking salutes. So I was like, oh, your sacrifice will not be forgotten, he says.
Yeah.
And I kind of laughed because I'm like, well, I know he's not dead, but
does he think he died?
Yeah. I was like, okay. And then you wake up in this crater that I'm assuming you put in the ground unscathed. You're like, oh, the suit's stronger than I thought. I was like, then what was the risk of anything?
Every other time we fell, we died. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. There you go, Chris. Exactly.
It was from a shorter height.
We never see the impact of what kills us.
Yeah, there's shit. But anyways, so this section here, this one was just fighting. I think. Oh, by this point here, I already had the Gray Fox Blade Plus. So I'm telling you, like, I'm just like slash dead. I'm like, oh shit. I'm like slash dead. Like, oh shit. I'm like, okay, be careful here. Don't kill him. I'm trying to get the left hands. There's a good amount of left hands in this area. Oh, and by the way, go ahead.
I was gonna say, you know what? This game really made me want to play the Arkham games, just because they have such a tighter combat system.
Sure.
But also us falling down and dying. Batman,
there's the auto grapple.
Yeah, he just grapples up, and then you just continue on instead of hearing the whole "I died" restart from checkpoint.
Yeah.
Like,
yep.
Like he could have just fucking, I don't know.
Yeah, well, he could have just ran up the wall. Sure, why not? Right? He's a fucking again
stab the wall. Run up.
Yeah, and stab the wall and lunge yourself back up, catapult yourself up. Yeah, he could have absolutely done that.
Yeah,
I mean, look at Legend of Zelda games. You fall off giant mountains and you come up. Well, not the new ones. Well, no. I'm talking about like when it's like
when you hit the ground.
No, not, but like an unlandable cliff when it's like and it's like and you just appear right where you jumped off, and you're like, how did I get back up here with 1 heart less? Yeah, you're like, okay, sure, like whatever. You're like, but yeah. So pretty much you're escaping. You literally go out the same way you came in for the most part. Actually, you skip a lot of shit too.
Oh, right. That's This is what would this be? Mission 13 from Acid. You're fucking running back out.
Oh yeah, go back.
You came in.
Much easier though, for sure.
At least you don't need the fucking thermals or night vision goggles or some
Yeah,
shit for the
Yeah.
beginning part.
Um,
God damn that level.
but yeah.
Thank God for
So
save states.
this part here, nothing of importance in my opinion, unless you guys found anything interesting here.
Well, I don't know. I'm watching this for the first
Oh,
time,
yeah,
so.
yeah. Chris,
Because
anything,
noise, what'd you find?
Chris,
Uh,
anything. So here you do find one more of those fighting geckos, and like I said, there was a bunch of geckos prior to him, so I just put the cardboard box and just ran right through all of them. And they didn't seem to be alerted in any way, shape, or form. Like not even that it was a moving box. They didn't give a fuck. I just think it's hilarious, dude. I thought I want to test it against the full size geckos because in MGS4 they could tell if you were in the box, right? The box wouldn't work against them. I think.
well, this guy that we're watching, he put the box on, didn't move, and then he went off to kill them. So I don't think he can move around. I don't think
For the full size
the
geckos?
full size geckos. Yeah, you
Okay.
can do that.
Okay. But yeah, like I said, there's nothing really of importance here. Just a bunch of fights, just and really simple fights too. Like nothing hard.
Oh, and I
But
think
then
we talked off pod too, German, that we were talking about how when we like cut fences and doors open, like why is it still solid for the player?
why is it so tangible? Yeah.
Like, dude, I've tripped myself up so many times, including with like raven bodies. Like,
Yeah.
like they're dead. Let me walk through them. Like, why
Yeah.
is that was one of the things that was getting me killed in the elevator so many times. It's just like, dude.
Tripping over stuff.
Yeah.
Did you Chris, did you find the room that had like a little VR mission chip or download, whatever you want to call it, that had watermelons?
Yes.
Yes, okay. So I thought it was funny because I was like, oh shit, like there's like this is literally from the tech demo that they showed fucking years ago. I'm like, hey, watermelons. I'm like, that's kind of cool. I'm like, all right. So I sliced a few up. I'm like, all right, I'm done. I don't care. But this noise, you would love this room because as soon as you pick up that fucking chip, I think 3 Mastodons fucking attack you
Oh, nice.
in the small room.
Yeah.
You know, one thing we forgot to mention is Ripper mode.
Oh yeah, I barely even use it.
That helped me through the elevator part finally, because I was just like, okay, I had to like kind of think about who to use it on. And as long as you have max whatever Gatorade, you can fucking
It's gotta be flashing red, right? Pretty much, I think.
yeah, it's got to be solid red, yeah. And then you can just sell 3R3, and then you can use Ripper mode, which is just like yeah, it's
You're the beast mode, I guess.
yeah, pretty much like like you almost become unblockable. There are some things for some people that can still block you, but if you just keep going, like eventually they're just like, I can't handle you. And
Oh,
then,
really?
yeah.
Huh.
So I keep forgetting about that. And Chris, have you used Reaper mode or no?
No.
This games that introduce a feature like that, like God of War's done it with Spartan mode and Rage mode, and I always forget about that shit. And it's also one of those things where I'm like, I want to use it when I really need it, and then I just fucking forget about it, and I'll beat the boss without it. I'm like, oh yeah, I had that fucking mode the whole time. I forgot. So yeah, I'll probably will beat this game without that mode. I keep forgetting about it. But yeah, so like this section here, like there's nothing really like to say. So okay, here's what I will say. So you find a motorcycle, and I thought it was funny because I'm like, oh, he's gonna grab a motorcycle, and I was like, I totally got like this what do you want to call it? Like a Shadow the Hedgehog. I'm like, oh great, now he's gonna fucking on a motorcycle, you know. But he leaves a message. He says, I needed this. Thanks for your cooperation. And he signs it 111555. And I was like, what the fuck is that?
I figured it was a phone number.
Oh, you think that's what it was? Oh, they could maybe call this number.
Yeah.
So
So
6 digits.
I think there's some off screen.
I think it's off screen, but
dude,
yeah,
this would have been
the phone number with the area code and everything.
Dude, this would have been perfect to put in 140.85 or something, you know.
15 Merrills.
Yeah, just some kind of codec call reference, you know. And so this is it. That's it. That's the end of that mission noise. So Escape from Denver is that short. It's literally just a cutscene and get to the motorcycle.
Huh.
So here's what I'll say about this session. As much as I hate to say it, I was like, oh, here's the motorcycle chase sequence. And I actually
the Final Fantasy
VII
motorcycle chase sequence.
I was thinking Metal Gear Solid 3 chase sequence or 4 chase sequence.
Oh.
And I was like, I would have taken it. I was like, I could have seen it because with the new controllers and stuff, I could have been like, oh yeah, like you're on this motorcycle and then like you got to jump off of it to like slash ravens and fight dogs on your left, fight shit on your right. I would have told, like I could see Raiden like standing on top of the motorcycle while it's running and fighting, I'm like, but
have you ever gotten to that part in Final Fantasy VII?
No, I haven't played that shit.
Oh, yeah, because it seems almost perfect, right, Chris? Because
yeah, It really
because
is.
Cloud has that giant Buster Sword, and basically you're playing Road Rash, basically.
Yep.
And it's like press square to swing your sword to the
Oh,
left,
really?
and press
See,
circle to
yeah,
swing your
okay.
sword to the right.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's all
Yep.
that's all I would picture with this. Like if Raiden did that, it would be
Or that's the thing. Or how about this? You're riding the motorcycle and Wolf is next to you, running, and this time you're actually controlling Wolf.
Why aren't you
trying
riding
to-
Wolf?
Well, I thought that too. I actually thought that too, but I was like, okay, maybe he can't go that fast, even though I think he could. But again, you're riding a motorcycle and you control Wolf, and you have to protect the motorcycle, I guess, or I don't know. As much as I would hate a chase sequence, it could have been a perfect spot for a chase sequence.
Yeah.
100%. And I was gonna bring this up. When you chop that plane in half and everything, and again, I'm going back to Contra and shit. There's I was like, dude, you know what? This would have also been a great spot to have like some kind of air boss fight, like an air mech fight, where like because you're riding, so you're a fucking ninja. We've already hopped on missile. We've already jumped from missile to missile to missile on that first stage to destroy that one UG chopper, right?
Makes sense because you're a cyborg ninja, not a covert operative named Solid Snake.
Exactly. Yeah. So that's why I'm like, this
Twin
one.
snakes.
I was going to say, is that a date towards twin snakes?
Fucking video game.
But I'm like, yeah, this one would have been cool because we were already fighting some pretty cool mechs and big old, like, remember what was it, stage 3 or something like that? That one big old robot we fought, that transformer looking dude. And I was like, dude, yeah, I would have taken because in Contra there's this one boss that's a chopper, it comes in as a chopper, and then it transforms into a robot and you fight. I'm like, dude, I could have totally seen a chopper thing that's shooting missiles and you're jumping from missile to missile and you're trying to kill it and it transforms. I don't know. I could have seen this cool aerial fight here. I would have. It's Konami, so I'm like, dude, I guess it wasn't Konami. It's Platinum, right? So
yeah.
But nonetheless, like this mission was super short, and I was kind of like, damn. Like I said, I just laughed to myself and said, I can't believe I'm saying it. Where's my chopper chasing? Where's my fucking chopper?
Where's my chopper?
Where's the chopper?
I'm a chopper motorcycle. Yeah. But yeah. So like I said, that's it so far.
Yeah, that is pretty quick level.
I won't lie to you because I wanted to make sure it's saved. I went ahead and.
So would you lie to us otherwise?
Next, no. I clicked next and I saw the next little cutscene and I did the next little section and I said, okay, I gotta stop because I'm definitely like I want to play the shit out of this game.
That's why I asked, because 5 was so short. I was like, wait, we are supposed to stop at 5, right?
That's why you asked.
Said something.
I hadn't made it there yet, so that's why you asked. Like,
yeah,
5?
Yeah, because I was like, there's no way that was it. I was like, I'm not falling short, am I? So I was like, are we supposed to stop at 5? You're like, yeah. I was like, okay.
Chris, I was counting when I did it. I was like, 1. I'm like 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, yeah, it's 5. Wait, hold on.
He
0, 1, 2, 3. I'm like
0, 1.
And I was
6
like,
fingers appeared on one hand. He's wondering how that happened.
And I did it like 8 times. I'm like, yeah, it was there. Stop at Escape from Denver. I'm like, I guess so.
I counted both thumbs. That's right. Yeah.
But that is that checkpoint there. And so like I said, so far, nothing in that big chapter, nothing happened really there. But so I'm assuming, I'm trying to figure out like who's gonna be our final boss.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure I know who it is.
You know who do you think it is?
Sam.
Okay, Chris. Actually, Noise. You know what I was thinking about too? Shit. Where was I going with this? I was gonna say that we always ask Chris, oh, any theories or shit like that.
Yeah.
And in this case, like me and Chris are both going in blind, and you're kind of going in like as your second playthrough, so you're kind of also like
I barely remember all this shit.
Yeah. So you're kind of blind too, but it was like any theories or anything like that. I remember earlier it says I was sus of Court. After like mission 3, I was like, nah, she's not sus anymore. So I don't sus anybody on our team.
Her assets have grown on you.
She's cool. I wanted more of the coffee shit. I wanted some more like I gotta get one more of her like spilling coffee or some shit, you know?
Good luck, Nick.
Yeah, I'm not sus to anybody. I don't.
This actually is a good point to ask you guys what you think is gonna go on, because this is gonna be beat the game pretty much.
Is it okay? So I do have some. I do have one tiny spoiler that happened, many moons ago. So I know a little bit of something, but I still don't know everything about how this game's gonna end. So what are my theories about this game? I don't know. I don't think we're gonna get any major betrayals in this game. Just based on what I'm seeing, I don't think Doc's gonna end up betraying us or Boris or Sam or nothing like that. Or Sam, what's his name? Kevin, Courtney. I don't see any betrayals. I'm still iffy on whether or not Rose will be like, oh, are you sure you want to do this? I have something you might care about. Bullshit. I think she's completely safe. He says she's in Australia. Her and his son. What is his
Good
name? Jack.
riddance.
Little
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 Jack.
little Jack, whatever his name was. Yeah, Little John. Was it Little John? I think it was John. Little John.
Little
Okay.
John.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think they're in Australia. And they're safe.
No one is safe in Australia.
Okay, I know what it is. So I was calling up a storm here. In this chapter, and there is a shitload of conversations about where we're going. We're going to this. I forgot the name of this place. It's not NASA, but it's something kind of similar. And there, because again, we're going to be using some kind of rocket, I guess, to get to Pakistan. And
Yep. We're gonna be Rocket Man.
yeah, I already have a feeling, and actually, I already know because I saw a little bit after this. What do you think is going to happen, Chris? Noise. I'm asking you too, since I already kind of know. I actually officially know where we're going and who's going to help us with this rocket
Who's going to help us with this rocket?
or whatever the fuck we're going to be using to get to Pakistan.
It's gonna be oh my gosh, what's his name? I can't think of his name.
Second
The-
two.
No,
Second-
no, the scientist with the cross arm chop.
What the what? Cross
The-
arm?
Yeah, remember when they were fighting Ocelot and he went out with his
Oh,
his signature?
Sokolov.
Sokolov, yeah.
Is sex form? Sokolov? No, he's dead.
It's
man.
gonna be Sokolov. Yeah,
Nah, he's dead. No.
they found his brain and
yeah.
saved it.
So in these Codec calls, they're literally avoiding saying this person's name, and they're like, "Oh yeah, I won't spoil it too much because I want you guys to kind of figure it out too." But I already knew it was. I'm like, I know exactly what it is, and because I kept bombing them with Codec calls, one of the characters finally does say like this person's name. I was like, I fucking knew it, but I thought it was funny because they go out of their way not to say this person's name.
Huh.
Like so hard. They're like, oh yeah, this person totally can do that. Oh, this person, I hope this person is available. I'm sure this person will be. Oh yeah, and like they keep saying like again, what's that word? Pronoun. The pronoun. Game,
the pronoun
right?
game.
Yeah. And I was like, motherfuckers. I'm like, I think I know what it is.
All I
and
can think
then,
of is Otacon.
and then all of a sudden, like,
I'll take that silence as yes. Because I don't remember.
and then all of a sudden, one of these characters was like, "Oh, so tell me more about this character."
Oh,
and
I
was
know
like,
who it is. I know who
yeah,
it is.
you think
It's
so? And I was
Decoy
like,
Octopus.
"Wait, I got that." But
Unless no, it can't be Rose. What the fuck could it
Rose,
be?
no, she's in Australia.
I know, but we have communication devices. She wasn't in fucking those war zones with Snake.
True.
She was
Good.
on Campbell's lap. Yeah, I don't know. I cannot
yeah.
remember.
I
I
think
remember
it's
the
gonna be
fucking
interesting.
ending. Like the
Yeah?
ending is imprinted in my brain forever.
Really? Okay. That's
But
interesting.
yeah, the everything in between, I don't remember at all. Like
Okay.
every time something kept happening, I was like, "When the fuck did I play this game?" Like I literally was like, I recently watched Cujo with my son, and I was telling my parents a fun fact about it. I was like, "Did you know Stephen King does not remember writing Cujo? Like, yeah, he does not remember writing that book at all because he was so high on cocaine and alcohol. That's what I feel happened to me with this fucking game. I was like, I must have
When
been
did I-
so
You know
fucking
what?
high and drunk that I do not remember getting through this game. All I remember is the
then-
beginning and the end.
And like you said, you also were like, just fucking blaze through it, right? You were like, fuck it, just blaze
Yeah.
it, What's funny is,
I'm
I've
on
been
cocaine.
there. I've been there plenty of times too with certain games, but you just made me think of the whole Mimic versus Relic conversation. You're like, I know I saw this. I'm like, what?
Oh,
I
right.
don't remember any of this. So you're like, I
Same
played
movie.
this. I know I did. I know I played this. And then you're thinking about fucking Ninja Gaiden or some shit the whole time. You're like, oh shit, I thought I was playing the wrong game.
No, only because I remember the last fight so much that I know I played through this because I remember that last fight. I was just like, what in the fucking hell?
Oh, and then I was gonna say in the Discord, not in the Discord, in our last episode, I kept saying Senator McCain I don't know why I
right.
kept saying McCain. And I've been wanting to say McMahon, but I kept saying McMahon. That's why on the Discord I posted Senator Vince McMahon, because like I don't know,
Oh,
I was laughing my head off. So like I kept saying McCain, and I realized you guys weren't like picking. I'm like McCain, and I was like, no, fucking Vince McMahon. That's what I was trying to fucking pull up.
right,
That's
because
what I was trying to say.
his build looks
Yeah.
he's all chunky and stuff. Like
Yeah.
all
Yeah, he's squared up. He's squared, dude. He's straight
Yeah.
up. Yeah, he's jacked.
little legs.
The little bit of what's his
Were
name?
we talking about
Senator
McMahon last
Armstrong.
episode? Also,
We did a little bit. We did a
oh,
little bit.
okay. So we ended up
Um,
getting to him, but I guess
Yeah.
not for the joke.
No. They kept saying Senator McCain, but his name is Senator Armstrong, and so yeah. I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen. I already know a little bit, and I already like had guessed a little bit, but I'm still in the dark about what's in store for us here.
I know it is. It's Jim Houseman.
Jim Houseman,
Hot Coldman.
Coleman.
Python.
Yeah.
I thought.
Wait, why did I kept calling him something else?
I don't know, what were you calling him? I don't fucking
A
remember.
different snake, and I was like, no, that's not his fucking name. God damn it.
I don't know. It wasn't Boa. You weren't calling him Pliskin. You're calling him
Viper.
Viper. I think I was calling
so.
him
I think
Viper.
so. Yeah, I think
Yeah,
you
but
were.
that's Blackheart's Viper from
yeah.
Ghost Babel. Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, so okay. I mean, I just want to add some more stuff. Like I said, I'm enjoying this game. Like I said, I'm having tons of fun with it. I kind of hope there's like a boss mode when you beat this game, or something like that. 'Cause
Have you
I
guys
know
found
boss
out what
mode-
you're unlocking, by the way?
Oh, that's what I was gonna say that. So obviously you get some VR missions and you get some concept art, or they're called like files or secret files, or something like that. But the left arms, I still don't really know. Like I've gotten so many. There was one time where like once or
Well, I
twice
thought that
where
was
I
just
got-
money.
Well, okay, so it is for sure money. You get a good amount of money. But Doc literally has come in and said multiple times to me, he goes, excellent. He goes, with this new intel I have, I got a surprise waiting for you back home. I was like, oh shit. And there was nothing there. Nothing that I saw anyways.
Yeah.
And I was like-
I've heard the same thing. Yeah. And it's like, oh, especially with like the higher ups, like the commanders and stuff. It's like, oh,
Yeah.
this person was really high up in the whatever hierarchy. And I got a lot of info and a lot of behind the scenes stuff. It's like,
Mhm.
cool. It doesn't do me any good, apparently.
So, well, and that's the only thing I can think of, Chris, would be like if we like upgrade our katana and our combos. I haven't upgraded combos because I'm like, I don't really want to upgrade. I don't need to technically, but I'm like, maybe it unlocks newer combos, or I really don't know. But yeah, I don't know what it unlocks, noise. And that's one thing I was having issues with, because like on one of them, some of them are just kind of cool because they're like, oh, more Patriot data, excellent. Oh, like one of them made me like, I was like, oh, dude, is this gonna be an unlockable? He goes, interesting. He goes, so the Patriots, he goes, we're working on this thing or something. He goes, in what does he call it? A perpetual energy. He goes, oh, so the Patriots, with this simple concept or with this whatever mechanism, we're developing perpetual energy. And I was like, will that be like an upgrade for my body, where my Gatorade is never infinite energy, And I was like, ooh, that'd be kind of cool, but I didn't see anything in the shop. So I'm like, I don't know. I maybe have to upgrade all the components or something. Or maybe it's gonna be post game. If it is post game, that's gonna kind of make me sad. Like if you get like cool upgrades post game, it's kind of pointless.
For New Game Plus or something, yeah.
Yeah, well, I'm already playing on hard, so what the fuck? What extra extreme? You know what? I wouldn't mind
European
extreme.
yeah.
I wouldn't mind an extreme mode with no rations, with no nano paste. Because even on hard you get 5, and usually I only use like 2 or 3, and that's with me fucking around. So I'm like, if I really, really try, I would really like an extreme mode. That wouldn't be bad for me. I would appreciate that.
I'll give you a clue as to what you get.
Oh, go ahead. What? Just a big old a cow fight? A big old gecko fight?
You get a cow in your bedroom.
Like, fun fact: did you know if you play Epona song, you get milk?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Make sure.
I did know that. Yeah. You could do that with any cow.
Yeah, any cow. Yeah.
Chris,
But, okay.
Yeah.
Not Chris. Shit.
Yeah, I know who.
But,
Epona is.
But yeah, so like I said, I
actually
think
don't
I'm
know
having.
who, I actually do know Epona is. That's the horse, right?
Yes, sir.
I don't have a clapping sound effect.
How about the hooray, the children's hooray? No.
Oh, no, I do not have the stock. Yeah, that they used in Five Nights at Freddy's every time you get through a night. I should grab that.
Well,
okay.
So what noise you said? The next one is Beat It, pretty much. Is that
Yeah.
what you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think we did hear from Chris's predictions
Theories?
though.
Yeah, no, we
Yeah.
haven't. Chris, what are you thinking? So you think Sam is our final boss, huh?
I'm pretty sure, yeah. I'd be very surprised if there was something else.
Nothing story wise.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I just think Sam ties it up nicely because he
do
was
you
the
think
first guy you fought that he like
Oh, sure.
wrecked you, and he's like, "You need to learn how to use your blade," blah blah blah, and all
Yeah.
that kind of stuff. And
Yeah, he's like, you're denying your blade its true purpose, which is to
Yeah.
taste blood or whatever he says. Yeah.
so I think that'll be what ties it up all nicely.
Does any betrayals? Like I said, I'm convinced there's no betrayals.
I don't honestly, I don't suspect anyone either. No, I never have. And nothing's come up that's really changed my mind. So
Or reverse betrayals.
What do you mean reverse
So,
betrayals?
like, the enemy comes to our side.
Oh.
I'm just throwing shit out there.
Yeah.
Mei
Well, I mean,
Ling
we
is
got
behind
Wolf-
it all.
We got Wolf on our side. Yeah. What if Sam's on our side?
Oh yeah, Wolf.
Nah,
You know
Sam's
what?
on
I
our
was
side.
thinking about that. I was contemplating. I'm like, because I did get some more info during Codec Calls where it says that Sam is not officially part of Desperado. Because remember how Monsoon tells him, like, I got him, because he was ready to fight us, right? He's like, I'll take this dance. And he's like, no, he's mine. You check with the boss. He's like, you're the boss, right? Yeah, Sam is not part of Desperado at all. He's not.
Oh, and Sundowner kind of says something too after you defeat him. He's talking to Sam and he says, "You knew this would happen, didn't you?"
Yeah.
You
So
do.
yeah, that made me think a
You
little bit in
knew?
terms of like, I was like, wait a minute. I was like, what if since Sam is not part of Desperado, and he's not part of the what were those guys called? The typhoon, the Winds of Destruction. That's what their name was.
Oh yeah.
The Winds of Destruction. Like, so he's not a Winds of Destruction. That's why I also thought Sundower's power was gonna be heat. So I was like, oh, we got rain, I guess. Well, none of them controlled rain, but telekinesis was raining. So yeah, rain. Anyways, the point is, I thought he was gonna have heat like powers, but the point is, Sam's not part of Desperado. He's not part of the Winds of Destruction. And like, I was like, what if he is like playing the long con, and this is actually like he's undercover to help destroy what's the company name? World Mart or something like that. What's it called?
Walmart.
World something. I forget what the name of the fucking company is called. But yeah, global world or some shit. But anyway, so what if Sun because Wolf speaks highly of Sam. He says he was on a couple missions with them, and he says that like he's
a great man.
Yeah, he really respects him. Like he almost big boss
the
vibes.
new big boss.
Yeah, dude, he was totally like he's like because he goes
he's big boss.
He's
I
like,
wish I remember what the fuck happens.
because he literally says like I respect him. He's like I went on like missions with he says he's highly skilled and formidable. He's like, oh, so what are you saying? Like he's like, no, I'm just saying like I just respect him as a soldier or something like that. And it's like,
I'm saying
okay.
You suck. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Get good, noob.
Yeah. But
Okay.
yeah. So no betrayals, Chris, that you think of. So
No.
Sam.
No one's sus. I think everyone's pretty much.
Yeah, I think
face
this for
value.
sure.
It's been a pretty straightforward game.
Absolutely, yeah. Like Chris says, there's after like I think mission 3, I was like, yeah, I don't think there's any kind of weird shenanigans going on.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, Decoy Octopus is definitely gonna be the one to help us with the rocket.
After so many years, it just finally shows up.
Like you thought I died.
Well, I keep telling you, he's always there in the background somewhere.
Yeah.
He's the
Alrighty.
motorcycle that we're driving, right?
He's the motorcycle. Jesus Christ. All right, yeah.
That Decoy Octopus is just a transformer.
So beat the game, guys.
Okay.
Should be pretty easy. I don't think anyone will rip their hair out like I almost did in the fucking elevator. But yeah, no messages, no calls. I haven't checked any. What are they called? Reviews.
Okay.
I don't think there's any reviews. Let me check. How do I check? I don't remember how to do this shit. Go to show. Oh, we have one from 2 weeks ago.
Ooh.
Yeah. All right. We'll give him the sound effect we give everybody. So yeah, this is from 2 weeks ago. The title says they seem like guys I'd have a beer with. 5 stars from Matt S177, which I believe he's in our Discord.
I think so.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's a new addition. I I bought the Master Collection for my Switch on a whim as way to game in my office. I knew of Metal Gear, but mainly played sports games and COD growing up. Man, did I miss absolute gems. Gems in capital letters. So I guess he would. Oh, hold on. Also, he did man in capital letters. So I think he meant to say it like this. Man, did I miss absolute gems.
In that accent.
In that accent. I'm a therapist and recommend gaming certain genres as a way to relax and escape from life.
That's
just
awesome.
Just a busy dude with 5 kids. Oh my God, he's the cab driver from Total Recall. With 5 kids in my midlife trying to enjoy the little things, and I couldn't recommend this podcast more to enhance the Metal Gear experience. They make it easy to turn the brain off. Keep doing what you do, fellas! Exclamation point. Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Really appreciate it, Matt.
Thank you very much. Yeah. Welcome in. Like I said, I can't believe we started this 2 fucking years ago.
Yeah, we're almost there.
Yeah. And it's been fun, dude. Like I said, I thinking back to when it first started and how far we've come. We're almost done with the series, but it's been really fun. I've had a lot of fun bullshitting with Noise and giving shit to Chris. And and I've been enjoying, like I said, the whole point of this was to get insight from someone who's never played any of them, so it was really cool to see what Chris was thinking. I love when Chris calls out bullshit. They were like, yep, it's bullshit, Chris, but that's just the way it is, man. It's just like, you just gotta accept it, bro. You just gotta accept it. Just go with it. But no, and then Chris, you've actually brought tons of valid points too. There's been plenty of times when you've made like some theories and you're like, oh shit, like I'm like, Chris, good job, you're earning your stripes. You definitely are. Like thinking like you're embracing this series. I feel, I feel you are. So
dope.
Well, it gives you a lot to think about for sure, like you guys say. And it has been interesting coming at this from a fresh perspective, for sure.
Oh, sure.
And just like hear you guys give me a hard time and everything about like, oh, what do you think will happen next, and then trying to lead me off one way or another.
Yeah.
And it's been a lot of fun. It's been a blast playing all this stuff for the first time and everything, and especially with MGS3, and you play as Big Boss and
hey, dude, I'm with you on that one. I'm with you on that one. I'll never give you a hard time with that one because I was right there, bro. I was like,
there were so many clues, guys. I don't get it.
It's been so much fun. This game especially, I told a few people I am considering streaming this in the future on a harder difficulty.
Ooh, cool.
Just because I've enjoyed it so much. So, but yeah, it might very well take the top spot. It's gonna be tough.
Sure. I know. I'm thinking where I'm gonna place it.
Yeah.
The cool thing about streaming this one is that because it is more straightforward and there's not hour-long cutscenes, it's a lot easier to stream.
Yes,
and not worry and be able to interact with chat and all that shit.
Yeah,
that's the problem with Metal Gear games. It's the cutscenes, man. Like it's just like, what do you do?
Mm-hmm.
While you're trying, especially if it's like your first time through, it's like, dude, I have to pay attention to the cutscenes. Otherwise, I don't know what the fuck is going on.
Yeah,
I don't know how some people do it, man.
Play again, and
that's well, especially because we're also doing it for homework, quote unquote. We're trying to play it, pay attention, so we can talk about it. Because otherwise, if we weren't doing the podcast, then no big deal, stream it. Who cares if you miss stuff? But here, Chris got to report back with what he found.
Yeah. But it has been a blast, absolutely. Learning the series and seeing all the memes and everything and stuff that
That's what I was about to say. That you're now you can understand the memes and stuff.
Yeah, yeah. Well, like I happen to have that one from years ago that I showed that video to you guys.
Oh yeah.
We managed to avoid drowning, and I had no idea what it meant. And it wasn't until that part played in that game I was like, oh, I've seen that before, and it just clicked. But it's been so much fun, and then of course other stuff I've references and stuff like that I've seen around but never knew what it meant, and then I play it now. It's like, oh, that's what that meant, or oh, that's what that's referencing, and stuff like that. And
I think you said the only thing you really knew was the box. You're like, I know there's like a box, and that's all I know. Yeah.
Yeah, it magically hides him for some reason. Yeah, now it all makes sense.
Which it doesn't. Like it hides you when people are walking by you sometimes. But like but I get it. You're like a box. Okay, whatever. Just a box. Yeah.
Exactly.
And now the whole trope too about like super enhanced genome soldiers can't see like fucking 6 feet in front of them, you know? Like you're literally dancing around in front of them. They don't see you, you know? They're
They're
cone of
fucking-
Yeah.
visions.
They're fucking worse than stormtroopers, dude.
Yeah, but
Um,
yeah, it's been a lot of fun. So I appreciate that the feedback and the kind words and everything. That's awesome. And
Yeah.
every time, and I mention this every time people thank us or oh, you guys are so cool. It's like I'm just some idiot playing games. I don't think of myself nearly that highly, you know.
Yeah.
But I'm glad that you guys are enjoying all the content and everything. It makes me feel good. So
Yeah. No, I also I feel the same way. Like I feel like we're just bullshitting. I mean, honestly, when we first started doing this, we really
yeah, it literally was
never,
just us.
I didn't think anyone would ever listen to this shit. I was like, hey, it's just for us. Well, it was mostly just, yep, you, me, and Chris. That was it. You know, Noise. Me,
Yeah.
Noise, and Chris. And
Well,
then
I
also,
remember too, Noise. I don't know if you remember this when you first like brought up the idea of doing this to me, and you're like, you know, it'd be you, me, and German. And I was like, are we gonna be able to do that with 3 people? Like, are we gonna just talking over each other, or like, is one person gonna be super quiet while the other 2 are talking? But and it started out a little rough. Like it was one of those things where it's like who talks first, who talks last, and all that kind of stuff. And you know,
we
I know
haven't
we
found
had the
our
segment.
voice in our flow yet.
Yeah, exactly. It didn't take long to get to that point, and it all happened relatively naturally, I think. And like I think we started out trying to structure it, and we kind of threw that to the wayside. We're like, this isn't working.
Yeah.
Let's just you know, whoever talks, talk. You know, go say what's on your mind or whatever. And it's really worked out well. I was shocked, and so yeah, it's been a lot of fun learning and growing and kind of watching it evolve over time and everything. And yeah, it's been
Dude, I forgot
been
about the
great.
structure, man. That structure was so weird. I was like,
Yeah.
what was it? It was like, let's talk about the gameplay first
And
and then go over the
then
story.
it was like talk about gameplay mechanics and then story, and then it was like, you know, what are your
I
Chris's
summarized like
thoughts?
the whole story, right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
and then what does Chris think?
hmm
Damn, that was a
So
weird format. This works out way better.
yeah.
Thank you, everybody who stuck through all that shit.
yeah, no. I like I said, I mean, we had like our close friends that were like the first subs, but our first sub was it was Singer Bacon, right?
Yeah.
No.
Though.
No, what was it?
No, it was our friend June.
Well, that's what
Well,
it
the
was,
first
close
real
friend.
sub.
Yeah.
Wow. Well,
I didn't
he'll
say
never
that.
know.
That
He
wasn't
doesn't
me.
listen. He doesn't listen to the fucking podcast, so he'll never know.
Like our first outside interaction from aside from family and close friends was
Yes.
Singer Bacon, and I was like, oh, we got one, cool, and then one turned to two, and I was like, man, I don't count them, but we had a good little community going on. It's cool, and
Yeah.
everyone's got some input on it. Everyone's got their favorite. Everyone's got their own history relationship with Metal Gear. You know,
Yeah.
So
Well, that's the crazy thing to me is they look up to us, and yet we have people like Daniel who's like making mini documentaries
Jesus,
and
yeah. I know.
movies and stuff.
Yeah.
It's like you're way beyond what
Yeah.
we're doing. Like,
I know, like, dude, we should be paying you.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, we should.
He's got a budget. He's got production. He's got
Yeah, like you know, very talented people that are like, oh, you guys are so awesome. It's like, no,
We're just talking about we're just
not.
losers sitting here.
I
No,
appreciate it, but no.
Well, like I said, I remember I felt a little proud of my little collection I got going on, and then Senor Bacon showed us his collection. I was like, dude, what the fuck? I was like,
yeah,
where'd you get that? I'm like, that shit is dope. I'm like, I want that.
yeah.
Where'd you
and
get it? He's
then-
like, yeah.
And then Daniel too, just like, look at this find.
Yeah,
Look at this
yeah,
find.
yeah.
Like, what the shit? Where are you finding
Yeah,
these?
by
I'm
the
trying
way,
so
I
hard to find
contacted
these.
these people, the makers of it.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, okay, cool.
I interviewed the
Yeah,
guy who
man.
fucking wrote the Scholastic version of Metal Gear
Yeah,
Solid.
no
Like,
shit. I think that was
shit is
pretty
going
cool, yeah. I gotta read. I would love. I gotta look if that's an audiobooks. I would love. He said there's some interesting take on that. So I'm like, ooh, I kind of want to see that one because
Yeah.
like I said, I remember having lots of fun with the digital graphics. So I would totally love to see the Scholastics version of Metal Gear.
Yeah.
I'm interested to see what the hell goes on in that.
yeah.
But yeah, well, thank you very much again.
Yes. Thank you, Matt.
To
Appreciate
everybody,
it.
and thank you, Matt. Yes,
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
your kind review.
Yes. And yeah, if you would like to leave a review, go right on ahead and we'll read it on the pod and sing you praises as we just did right now.
And we mean
But
it too. We really do. So
yeah. And the only ones that I'm able to check are the Apple ones. So if you want to leave a different message that isn't through Apple, I'm guessing you were listening through like Spotify or whatever podcast catcher of choice you have. You can leave us an email at fans.pixelbenders@gmail.com, or you can leave us a codec message at 209-791-0995. But the best way to just interact with us is the Discord. It's absolutely free. Link is in the description below. And one thing I probably should have been saying from the beginning is make sure to visit the roles channel and grab your roles so that you could actually get access to the channels where we discuss Codec Calls and the like. Because I do have them hidden for people who are joining from like Monster Hunter or just friends and stuff who they're like, I don't want to get all these messages from these, from these podcasts that I don't care about. So
Yeah.
if you only want from certain channels, make sure to pick the right roles and stuff like that. Because I also have like a little Minecraft server channel that only shows up for those who have like the minor role and whatnot. So yeah, that's a way to kind of like keep everyone from getting a bunch of spam in their Discord, because I'm pretty sure we're about the 11th Discord server that you have joined. That's the problem with Discord is I'm looking at my side panel on Discord. It's like 20 that I don't even go to. Why am I in them? I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, Chris and I also, no, actually, you know what? I'm going to include German this time because we're going to force him.
Damn it, German.
We're going to force German. So
To what?
Chris,
Dream.
German, and I are on Twitch. We will show up at some point.
Tag me in there. That's fine.
Yeah. Twitch.tv/dammit Chris, 2 M's, 2 S's. Twitch.tv/Contra G1, the number one, not the one spelled out. Because mine is twitch.tv noise1 at TTV, or noise1 TTV, but the number one spelled out. That's confusing.
Yeah.
I should change my name. But yeah, hit us with a follow. We'll show up eventually. Life has been very, very, what's the word? It's getting in the way. Yeah, hectic. Yeah.
Yeah.
Tis been busy. But also, if you'd like to support us, you can do so through Patreon. You get live access to pod recordings, early access to episodes. You get a chance to be one of our guests and access to bonus content. Hopefully, if all goes well, tomorrow we will be recording a review for Kindergarten Cop 2. We did watch it. I think we talked about that last episode that we watched it.
Yep.
And we have thoughts on this movie. And the reason I think we should do it tomorrow is because today at work, someone was watching Kindergarten Cop 1.
Oh, really?
And I was like, and it was on cable, and I was like, man, this is such a fucking better movie. Like, how did...
I still laughed when I'll save it for that episode. But when we found out that one thing, and Chris was like, "Oh, it's just," I'm like, "Fuck you." He was like, "What item?" And not you, like the people. I was like, "The fucking writers." Chris took it personal, man. I was like, "Not you, Chris."
But yeah, if you want to hear that, join us on Patreon. That is bonus content there. And if you'd like to spread the gospel, be sure to do so on the socials. We are not on the socials, but you guys can spread the gospel of Outer Heaven for us, and we would greatly appreciate it. I'm sure there are more Metal Gear fans out there who would love to listen to this podcast. I hope. Yeah. At least that's what the reviews say. Anyways, yeah.
Beat the game, folks.
Yeah. I was about to say I was supposed to do this. But yes, this has been Codec Calls, a Metal Gear Saga podcast. Thanks so much for hanging out with us. As always, I have been one of your hosts, Noise.
Hey guys, I'm Chrono Riser.
And I am Blue Rhino Boss.
And we'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.